Okay, you guys should be able to hear my voice. Let me change some things here before I go on camera. All right. Just get everything set up. We're pretty much, well, I don't know if we're all the way there, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so that should be good. All right. Okay. My face should be there. I actually I slept in a little bit. You can probably see it in my eyes, but we're good to go. We have a Nintendo Direct happening. It's happening very soon, and it's going to be a good time. Now, I'm supposed to have Brandon on. I haven't even. I'm sure he's close to coming on himself. I haven't even messaged him yet. He typically likes to show up a little bit later. Ready? Yeah. So, okay. I'm gonna give Brandon a few minutes, but let me check in with the chat, and then we'll make sure everything's good to go for the live stream in a moment, or the reaction. All right. All right, Lord Alduin, you forget how long until the Direct starts. The Direct starts in 45.5 minutes. So we got some time. Put in some last minute predictions and speculations. Let's see. All right, that's the European Direct. I want to watch the... Well, I mean, I guess that one wouldn't be... There wouldn't be anything wrong with that one. Let me see if I can pull up the Nintendo Direct. Ah, this is always tough. I just want the Nintendo version. There we go. Okay, yep. So 44 minutes and 20 seconds. That's when the Direct will pop up. I don't think I need that. Let's see. Okay, so Brandon will be joining us in 15 minutes. Very good. Now, I'm just getting things ready here. But what are you guys thinking? What is going to be... Like, do you guys feel that this is going to be the Direct of Directs? Do you feel it's going to be a relatively tame Direct? What's the general sense we have so far? I'm curious. In fact, you know what? Let's make a poll. How hyped are we for this Direct? Uber hyped. Kinda hyped. Neutral. Meh. Alright. I've put the poll up. Ah, neutral's winning already. Okay. Okay. I see we have a super chat here from Kieran Buckley. Hello, good morning to you. Kieran says, any chance Nintendo gives us the smallest tease of next gen for 2024 in this Direct? Yeah, I think so. That's way too loud. That's too loud. Hold on. I gotta fix that. That shouldn't be that way. We're doing something different. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so in terms of a potential tease, I'm not expecting Nintendo to like come out on stage and say Nintendo Switch 2 or the next NX project or whatever you have. I don't expect anything like that during this direct at all. But can we see some games announced or showcased that will also be playable on Switch 2 sometime next year? That I think is possible. So, I mean, I'll just get to the potential big one, which I'm not 100% expecting this direct. In fact, I may even be less than 50% at this stage. We'll see. But if, for example, the final big reveal of the show is Metroid Prime 4, I think there's a solid chance that would be a cross-gen title. So you could argue that's a bit of a tease for Switch 2, right? So, like, say hypothetically, at the end of the direct, they're like, hey, we have one more thing to show you. And we get, like, this epic 30 to 5 second teaser of Prime 4. And at the end of the teaser, we just see it say 2024. Doesn't say spring, doesn't say soon, just says 2024. To me, that would be a Switch 2 tease. It would be a very, very subtle Switch 2 tease, because if it's a September direct and you just say 2024, to me that doesn't mean it's coming out in the next 3 to 4 months. Probably second half. So I think that would kind of be like, all right, so that would pretty much tell us, not 100%, but it would tell us with some decent likelihood that Prime 4 would be a cross-gen title. So like something like that, I'm kind of thinking. Like we would have to read between the lines. That's a possibility. It doesn't have to be Prime 4, just for the record, but I feel like that's a strong candidate to be something like that. You know, if Nintendo announces any sort of major game that doesn't have an early 2024 release date, like a spring or something, or winter, then that's what I think it's suggesting, that it would be available for that system as well. And that's pretty much the extent of what I'm personally open to in terms of potentially being in the direct that may hint at a Switch 2. Now, when I say open, I mean obviously anything is possible, right? But in terms of like what I think is relatively likely, that's what I'm kind of thinking. I don't think we're going to get like, you know, a blatant, oh, yep, Switch 2 right around the corner, get ready. Not expecting that at all. Oh, I put kind hyped. I couldn't even spell kinda hyped. I meant kinda with an A at the end. I just put kind hyped. There we go. Kind hyped, that's a new thing. It's hyped but kind of happy about it. In a very kind way. Yeah, that's what happens when I stay up late talking to Nintendo Prime and Eric and Jake on Nintendo Prime's podcast. Okay, how do I don't... Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, let me make sure that I have this, the layout actually prepared properly for this podcast, and then we'll actually focus on some Q&A and predictions before the show starts. So, alright, I have the direct up here. Let's see, do I still have the setup? Okay. I don't like that format. Potentially this one. Let's see. What's this? Well, that is nothing. That is nothing. That is nothing. Oh, that is OBS. Nope. Okay. Potentially... Is this a good one? If I'm watching the direct, like... Maybe like this. But I wouldn't want... That would be okay. I'd want to add... Alright, I would move this over here. You guys should be able to hear me, right? Can you guys hear me? Yes, you guys can hear me. Alright, you should be able to hear that too. Okay, cool. So then, let me put this on this side. I'm sorry, I slept in. Anyway. Put that there. And then, let's add the scene. We'll add, okay, there we go. All right, so we would watch it like this. There we go. You guys would see my face. Yeah, this would be good, right? If we did it like this, yeah, I think that would be fine. Okay, cool. So we got that prepared. Let's test this by... Let me put it in another direct, and we'll test the audio levels. Okay, let's test out that June direct. You know, but the Mario Wonder direct. Yeah. Mario Wonder direct. Okay.
It's made up of 6 distinct worlds that circle the Petal Isles, making a total of 7 areas to explore.
How's the audio for that? Is that too loud?
Your adventure begins among the tubular hills of Pipe Rock Plateau.
Guess I'll just do... Like, how does this sound?
Once you get past the freezing foot of the mountain, you'll be aiming for new heights in Fluff Puff Peak.
I feel like this would work.
Many trials await amidst the picturesque scenery and radiant cascades of shining falls.
Yeah, this seems like it would work. Let me see what you guys
Traverse
think.
multiple islands.
Okay.
Dive into...
Done with you. I'm done with you. Okay. Nope, that is the wrong chat. I was looking at the Nintendo Direct chat. I was like, oh god, that really blew up. That is a very popular looking chat right there. Perfect. Karen, think it's perfect. Good. Fecal shake. It's well balanced on your end. Wilberforce, you don't like the Wonder music, but it was the right audio level. I don't expect to hear a lot of Wonder music during the Direct. There'll be some, because Wonder will be in the Direct, but don't worry. That's just temporary. But good. Good. I'm glad that that would work. So we got that set up. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Brandon should be coming on shortly. All right, let me see what your predictions are. Let's look through the chat here. Karen, say the official Nintendo Direct chat is toxic. I haven't looked. Besides, well, I mean, I saw all the words, but I didn't read any of it. 7 F0X7. Why does Wonder even exist? Game could have been made in Mario Maker minus like 2 new power-ups. Well, I don't know about that. I think they've actually done a lot. I think they did a pretty good job of making it feel fresh and new, to be honest with you. I'm actually very excited about Mario Wonder. I love the animations. I love all the new abilities. I love the variety in the levels and stages, the Wonder effects, the badges. I'm pretty excited about it, actually, so I'm pretty happy. Nico Soviet 88. F0% chance. The percent chance for F0 is greater than 0 in this Direct. And I would say it's fairly high. Fecal Shake saying 69. I would say it's higher than 69 even. You know, jokes aside. I feel really good about F0. If there's anything that's going to be in this Direct, I think there's going to be something F0. Totally. Now, I'm concerned that it'll be enough F0 to my liking, but I think there will be something F0 related in this Direct. So, yes, I think F-Zero is going to be there. Pioro said that F-Zero fans would be happy with this direct, so I believe that. Pioro's never been wrong. So there we go. Now there's room for interpretation of what he's hinting at. We don't know what the F-Zero thing is per se. There's been rumors of a GX remaster, which is what I'm pulling for, like a high quality GX remaster. But he was liking tweets of people suggesting F-Zero 99. Now, that may be us reading too much into it. Or maybe him liking tweets about F-Zero 99 doesn't mean F-Zero 99 exactly, but maybe it means like an extensive online mode in the GX remaster. Or maybe it does mean an F-Zero 99 that's pretty cool. Regardless, I think something F-Zero is showing up in the direct. I think there's a greater than 69% chance. Looking through the chat here. Abomination. What was the music? It was Tears of the Kingdom music. I forget which ones I had on there. One of them was definitely Construct Factory. The other one I can't remember. It may have been the actual temple. Like the Spirit Temple music, I think, was probably in that track, which is a Construct Factory, right? Try to remember the other one. I don't remember it. Let's see here. Wade Devil. Lame direct, very tame. I keep my expectations super low so I can be super surprised. Okay. Celtic 14. Anders and Brian, top of the morning to you on this amazing direct day. 100% did Kirby Forgotten Land and now playing Skyward Sword super duper hype. Okay. 100% of Kirby Forgotten Land. Welcome to the club. Kirby Forgotten Land is a very 100%able game. It's a very, very good game. It's one of my favorite Switch games. And Skyward Sword is also pretty good too. I love both of those games. Giancarlo added me earlier. It seems Retro Studios employee has liked today's direct announced on Nintendo LinkedIn. What could this mean? Metro Prime 2 HD reveal, Metro Prime 4 finally showing up. Or if they're just excited for the direct because they're Nintendo fans. But fingers crossed, something Metroid's in this direct. Risky Gumiyar. Why do you think Sony also have a direct today? Is it to kill Nintendo direct hype? Last year they had their directs in the same day as well. So I'm not really, honestly, I don't even care. Like, PlayStation events rarely drill up the same level of hype as Nintendo ones. So I don't think it's really anything to be concerned about. You know, if you're into PlayStation stuff, watch that after this direct and that'll be totally fine. Why are they doing the same day? I mean, this Nintendo does their directs in September for a reason. It's right before the Tokyo Game Show. You know, it's right before the holidays. It's a good time to give out announcements for your games. So that's probably why Sony does it as well. Why is it exactly on the same day? I mean, there may be a little bit of let's compete with Nintendo, but I don't care. I don't think Nintendo cares either. So not a lot, at least. Hey, Listen Gaming, hello there. How are you? Good morning. Rob Hogg, Metroid. Let's go. Let's go. I hope so. Dragon T26, hoping for the Zelda remasters. I'm always hoping for the Zelda remasters. I'm very curious how Nintendo's going to handle that. Botox, what's up, buddy? It's too early. It is a little early. If I wasn't up late because of Nintendo Prime's podcast, I would have been okay for today. But I was up until almost 3. So, actually, considering how long it took me to fall asleep, yeah, like past 3 actually. So I guess I slept a little under 6 hours, which is not bad. But you know. Dominique Sanchez, I have a W, a common W. Thank you for rewarding me this massive W of not sleeping in too much. Wolver's Wooster, has Puro said anything or still radio silent? Ah, that's what's really interesting. I believe. Let me check my notifications. Oh boy. Let's see. Has Puro? I don't think Puro said anything. So the last time Puro talked was September 9th. And what Puro said was, what will close the direct? And that's it. It looks like Brandon may be ready, so let me invite him in. I assume he's... Oh, he just said he's making coffee. Well, he'll be able to jump in when he decides to. Alright. I'll give him another minute. Okay. Pause player 2. Brandon's gonna make it. He's getting coffee. He'll be here soon. Nico Soviet 88. What else could be the finale besides Metroid? That's a good question. Oh, Smash JT in the chat. What's up? But in terms of what could be the finale besides Metroid, Nico, let's see. It's tough, right? Because if we assume the Switch 2 is coming in the second half of next year, which I think a lot of us believe, then Nintendo has to be likely somewhat cautious of what they're showcasing because they're going to want to save stuff for Switch 2. Metroid Prime 4 makes a lot of sense. It really does. I think it makes a lot of sense. But I've been burned on expecting Prime before, so if it's not Metroid, what else could they showcase at the end of the direct that would make a lot of sense? Well, maybe it is time for Donkey Kong. Maybe that Mario vs. Donkey Kong tease isn't just Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Maybe Puro was also subtly hinting a new Donkey Kong game. I think Donkey Kong would be a very good end of show reveal. Outside of that, there's been a lot of talk of a Smash Bros. Update in this direct. I'm not expecting a major update for Smash Brothers, but there have been the Amiibo restocks, the controller restocks, the booster course pass for Mario Kart is ending. Maybe Nintendo wants to get out some kind of DLC content for Smash Brothers to come out afterwards, and perhaps they could announce this. What would make the most sense to me would be a Volume 3, but also I feel like they might save that for the Switch 2 era or Smash Deluxe. But, a Smash announcement of some kind, if it's something that's kind of worthwhile, would warrant an end of show reveal. That would be a big deal. So, I'll put it out there as a possibility, although I feel like odds are if there is a Smash update, it would be something a little bit on the minor side and would be in the middle of the direct somewhere. Smash JT, long time no chat, pro. Super proud of how well your channel is doing and the efforts you've put into this. Great work, man. I watch a lot of your stuff. That's awesome, bro. I watch your stuff too. Thank you. It's awesome. Snevel Gray. It'll just be Donkey Kong Country Returns to Switch. And I'd be okay with that. Well, I mean, I'd be okay with it, but I actually wouldn't mind if the Donkey Kong Country Returns on Wii was remastered. We have Tropical Freeze, but we don't have Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like, I would be interested in that. It'd be a fun time. That would be a fun time. Oh, okay. Okay, whoa. Every time I, take a peek at the chat on Nintendo's website, it's just, booming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, let me make sure this is live. Alright, that looks like it's live. Okay. We still have time. We're not. No biggie. We're still good. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that resolution's at 1080-60. Alright, is Brandon ready yet? Doesn't look like he's ready yet. Oh, Lord Alduin, I think you may be onto something. Zelda CDI Remaster Remake HD. Yes, that's the big Zelda announcement we're supposed to get this year. Zelda CDI HD. That's it. That's it. That's it right there. I can't believe I didn't consider that. That's a wow, man. That can't believe it. I should have thought of that. Should have thought of that. Sneville Gray, Hotel Mario remaster. Oh, Hotel Mario. No, that I actually would prefer that. But on a semi-serious note, upgrade ED32. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess remaster reveals would be insane. Yeah. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place with this one because I think Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD now make more sense than ever, given that recently Aonuma, the series producer, has told us that there are no DLC plans for Tears of the Kingdom, so them moving on to some other kind of content makes sense, and I do think Nintendo is going to use a lot of remasters and DLC to sort of plug up the holes between now and when Switch 2 comes out. A lot of that, and Twilight Princess Wind Waker makes so much sense. There's a lot of excitement for that. I think we're going to see them between now and before Switch 2 comes out. That's my take. Does that mean, though, that they'll be in this direct? And that's where I'm skeptical, because they're games that were already remastered. You know, they were remastered for Wii U. So they'd be bringing them again. They would have to make some changes, but no, I would assume nothing super dramatic in terms of adding new content or anything like that. Just like, you know, adaptation so it would look and play properly on Switch. So I have a hard time seeing them announcing them months in advance. I feel like they would announce them maybe not in advance at all, potentially shadow dropped. Although they could announce them with some level of a room, but like, I'm not expecting any major releases for this year. I think we already know about the major releases for this year. It's Mario Wonder and Detective Pikachu in October, or, you know, WarioWare and Mario RPG. I forget which ones come out which months, but those 4 games are coming out in October and November. December technically is vacant. We could see Nintendo drop something there. I guess Wind Waker Twilight Princess could be slotted into December. But I also could easily see them being a February release, a March release, an April release, a May release. So I'm not entirely certain if they'll be in this direct, just because they could have a February direct of some kind. I think it would be a mini if it's in the early part of next year where they announce that. So I'm not fully convinced we're getting those announcements in this direct, but maybe. I think we got to get them sooner or later. And I was actually making the argument yesterday that this direct today we're getting may be the last general Nintendo Direct before we hear about Switch 2. Which is why I mentioned a Switch Mini in next February, because if Nintendo has a lot of games planned for the not so distant, like for the second half of 2024, well, let me bring in Brandon. Hey, Brandon.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Oh.
I can hear you.
Obviously, yeah, because you're
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, man. I'm tired, bro, but I am ready.
Yeah?
I am ready. Gotta make some coffee.
Everyone in the chat's been waiting for you.
Yeah, I bet they've just been waiting hand on foot. They can't start the discussion without me being here, you know.
100%, buddy. 100%. Yeah. I also slept in as well. Like, my intent was to wake up an hour before I was going to go live, but then I slept in until like right before I was going to go live. I had to start a few minutes later. I was up late last night because of the Prime podcast. So, but
reason for me, but
it's okay. We're here. We're live, ready to go. I put up a poll, Brandon, for people's expectations on the... Actually, before we get to that, I want to finish the point I was making when you called. So I was trying to talk about how this direct might be the last big general direct before Switch 2 is announced. I think there may be a direct mini in the early part of next year, but if Nintendo has other content planned outside of Switch, maybe it's not enough to warrant a whole general direct, and we just get a direct mini, say, like February or March before the Switch 2 showcase. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's definitely possible because there's not going to be like any huge announcements. I assume that they're gonna make like a 3D Mario that they'll announce for Switch 2 most likely. Prime 4 they'll probably. I mean, they might tease that here even. But we don't see it here. They might show that off a little bit, but I mean, if they could have a February or January direct and they're planning to reveal this thing in March, it's gonna be a lot of small teases, I imagine, even if we do get any actual announcements. Because maybe there's cross-gen stuff. Maybe the stuff that's launching on Switch is coming, or on Switch 2 is coming out on Switch. So maybe they do announce some of them, but not very much. But yeah, I don't see the need to have like a huge event, announce all these games. It's like most of the stuff we're gonna get announcements for, you need the Switch 2 context, right, for it. So I
Yeah.
could definitely see that like a mini or not even a direct. Just wait till March for the show everything. I'm not sure though. They'll probably have to show off a little bit of something for like, because I imagine this probably won't launch till August to October, somewhere in that range. So they probably want to show off a little bit for, until then, but not too much.
Okay. I'm just petting my cat. Ruby hasn't been on one of
Nice.
my streams in a while. She always shows up for Nintendo Prime's podcast, but whenever I'm live streaming, she just wants to take a snooze. Monday nights aren't her thing, but Thursday morning, nah, she's all about it. She's all about hit the mic. There she is. All right, I got a super chat here. Let's see what Ruby thinks. Mr. Dwayne191, thank you very much for the super chat. Andres, do you remember that Lego DK set? I do. The one you can attach Lego Mario onto Donkey Kong. Check this out. Maybe that was a tease for a Mario and Donkey Kong game. I feel like that's the concept for this.
There's been Mario and Donkey Kong games before. It's a whole series of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's Mario versus Donkey Kong, I think, but still.
Yeah. Maybe. Could be. Maybe. I mean, I think Mario and Donkey Kong make a lot of sense. Ruby, I'm streaming right now. I don't want you on the mic. She does purr, for those asking. And yes, Ruby is a fan of Metroid. I mentioned it last night during Prime's podcast, but her first game that she's seen me play is Metroid Dread. Isn't that right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Good game to start with.
Yeah, now I have hair all over me, though.
That is the thing about cats, and well, just pets in general.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see here. Right, so what I was going to get to... Well, anyways, going back to Mr. Dwayne's chat, I do think that Mario... I wonder how big the Mario vs. Donkey Kong thing is. Is it a big game or is it a small game? I think most people are assuming it's a small game, but I am curious to see it because we won't know until we see it. So
We don't
we'll
even know
see.
if that's what it would be.
Yeah, I just kind of hope that Donkey Kong is a star, right? I want a game where Donkey Kong is a star. That's what I want, even if it's a small
Well, the
game.
latest ones in this series were just like, just very level-based, like puzzle games, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know some of the other ones were slightly, pretty sure some of the older ones were slightly different, like platformer kind of style. And then you had minis. Like the latest ones were like all minis from what I saw. So I don't want that for sure. Because that would just be a very, very small puzzle budget game, which would be fine, like fine game, but it's not me anything exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think I'll probably buy it. Like, that feels like at least a really fun eShop title. So, I would definitely get it. Yeah, and in terms of, for those asking, does Samus like cats? Samus actually likes animals. She's been historically, like in the different games, she's good with alien life that's not trying to kill her. So
She befriends the baby Metroid.
she
so-
does. She's like the baby Metroid's mother, actually. So, and then there's the other life. Yeah. So Samus is good with animals, actually. She's just not good with space pirates and killer mutated
He's
monsters.
trying to murder her.
Yeah, pretty much. It's self-defense. She's actually very, very kind to docile creatures. Gnarl Gaming. Metroids are just gooey cats anyway.
Little gooey cats.
Could be.
Your
Could
brain.
be. Yeah. So I posed this poll half an hour ago. We got 118 votes so far. Pretty solid. And I asked, are we hyped for this direct? And I put 4 options. Uber hyped, neutral, meh, and kind hyped. I meant to type kinda, but it was just kind hyped.
I just like to be kind hyped.
Yeah,
I
kind
don't
or
wanna
kind.
be mean hyped.
And which one do you think is winning, Brandon? Of the 4 options, meh,
Well,
neutral, uber hyped, or kind hyped?
Pretty sure the second from the top is winning because that's what it was when I voted.
What'd you pick?
I think it was kinda hyped. I think whatever the second highest one was.
Yeah, kind hyped.
Yeah, kind hyped.
Kind hyped is winning at 45%.
I mean, I feel like it's a very big drop from uber hyped to kind hyped, and then just neutral. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of I understood the general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
By
I'm
the
not,
way,
like,
guys,
over the moon about this.
let me ask you guys in the chat. Can you guys hear Brandon well? Is his audio okay?
Yeah, let me know if I'm quiet or not. Shouldn't be.
No, I think you're probably fine, but I'm just double checking because we haven't used this setup in a while because we've been using StreamYard for the podcast.
Right.
All right, everyone's saying that they can hear you well, so that's great. All audio is good.
Nope.
Good to hear. Brian McWilliams, do you think we'll see any returning villains in a Prime 4 reveal or any new ones or no villains at all?
Or what's his name? What's that hunter? Is it Silex?
Silex. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Silex will be important to the story of Metroid Prime 4. I think it'd be shocking if like he's somehow cut from the game entirely. That would suggest
It'd be wild.
It would be like a total direction shift because we know
Yeah.
the direction of Prime 4 was to have Silex be very important to the story. We have the
I mean,
Prime
they hinted at that at the end of
Prime 3 and Federation Force. There are
Yeah.
2 Metroid games where Prime 4 is hinted at with Silex, so it would be surprising to see him not involved. Now, do we see Silex in the teaser for Prime 4?
Who knows?
That's a tougher question, because we don't know what they're going to tease, but Silex, I think, is important to Prime 4. It's just a question of, will we see, if the question's like, will we see Silex in the teaser? I don't know about that. Maybe. If the teaser is meant to kind of explain a little bit more of the story, then it kind of shows what Silex did with the stolen Metroid, and then Samus showing up. That would be interesting. I mean, it would be really cool if they just show a scene where Silex and Samus are like, you know, having a stare off.
Mm.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, it depends on how much Silex is a focus on in the story, right?
Yeah.
Is he like the main antagonist? He's just a antagonist.
I think he's going to be a antagonist. I think the main antagonist is going to be a very powerful Metroid.
Mm.
Hence why it's called Metroid Prime.
Right.
But you could simply argue that it's being given the Prime naming because it's just meant to indicate first-person adventure Metroid.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
it's a tough call.
It'd be very interesting if they actually call it Prime 4, if they just call it Metroid Prime, whatever.
Maybe
I
Samus is
feel like
the
that would
Prime
indicate
Metroid.
a little bit of a reboot, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, do we actually think we're gonna see Prime 4 today, Brandon? Like, I know we're talking about it.
50 on it.
Yeah. I've just been burned so many times praying, hoping for Metroid Prime 4 that, like,
Right.
I'm kind of, like, at a point where when we see it, we see it. I know it's...
Right.
I have full confidence development is going well. I'm not concerned about the game getting canceled or anything like that. I know Nintendo's being very cautious with this game, so it's just kind of like, I'm not sure.
Probably less than 50-50, actually. I think they'll wait. I think like 25, 75. 75% won't do it.
Yeah. All I can say that I feel confident is that I think that the end of the show is going to have a big reveal, because PRO's kind of teased that, and we also tend to see that with directs. I think it's interesting that PRO asked that question, what will close the direct, and then went radio silent for 4 straight days. 4
It is a little
straight
sus.
days. So it is odd, but that doesn't have to mean Metroid. It can be any number of things. But Metroid Prime 4 is the last big Switch game that's known, right? So it's kind of like, if this is potentially the last big Switch Direct,
Right.
You would think they would coincide. You would think. But if Prime 4 is a cross-gen title, then no, not necessarily.
Yeah.
So
They may want to show that off.
yeah.
When they show off Switch 2, or they may want to tease it like right before.
Yeah.
Because if they do a February, even if they do a mini direct, they can have the show a tease of Metroid Prime 4 and then show it off the next month, like actual big reveal next month. Just do a teaser in February. I would like that. I mean, hell, they could do a teaser now.
They could.
That's why I'm still having hope, because I think they could do a small teaser.
I mean, if
I'm very, very low on them doing like a normal, just straight reveal of the game. But using it would be very nice.
So I guess it depends.
Maybe they don't want to distract from. Well, they always distract a little bit from the holiday lineup, don't they?
Yeah. So, looking at the 2 Metroid games that have come out on Switch, Metroid Dread was showcased in the June Nintendo Direct of 2021 and released October. So June to July, July to August. It was we had a 4-month reveal to release window. Metroid Prime Remastered had a 0-day to release window, was shadow dropped. And I think that hurt its sales, ultimately. I think they should have marketed it, that they would have done a better job. Like, imagine if they had marketed Prime Remastered the same way they marketed Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I think Prime Remastered would have done well. It's just kind of odd.
Or even Dread. Dread got a lot of marketing.
Well, Dread got a lot of marketing, but I just meant like Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. It's like another remaster, right? So that was just trying to compare them. And they were willing to market that. Like, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition was an end of show reveal for a particular direct. So I think it was a direct mini, but it was still like a big thing to show.
Well,
and
5 minutes still.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm just kind of getting at that the examples of Metroid we have, they've been pretty quick about kind of advertising them, right? Like, Dread had a 4-month window. Is it possible?
Although they were going for a big lead up to Prime 4 though. That was their initial plan, because they announced that like pretty closely after they started developing it.
Yeah. For those that think Metroid Prime 4 is supposed to come out by the end of the fiscal year, if it's coming out, if Metroid Prime 4 is a big March game, then based off how they marketed Metroid Dread, showcasing this in September is still a longer window than that, right? Yeah. But then, if Prime 4 is going to be treated like a bigger game, then, like, you look at games like Splatoon, for example, or Pikmin 4, they were showcased with, some level in advance.
Do you think there will be a big March game if they're wanting to reveal Switch 2 then? You think there'll be just smaller stuff?
Well,
I don't know if there'll be like a huge, and maybe not. I'm not confident predicting something as big as Metroid Prime 4 to launch in the same month.
I'll tell you that Nintendo Prime thinks so. I had a massive argument with him last night. People thought we were going to kill each other. And like, but I do think there's merit in what was being said, though. Like, having like one more big game in the middle of the first half of next year to really keep Nintendo fans engaged and excited like that kind of showcase. I think there's merit to that thinking. And
I mean,
imagine,
you don't want to make the system just die and there be no hype
right?
for Switch,
So
Switch 2. But
right,
at the same time, like, I mean, nobody cared about the 3DS after they announced the NX, and that didn't matter either.
they still had games coming out for 2 straight years.
Yeah, but
On
it was
3DS.
nothing big. It was like a lot of remasters and stuff.
There, there's Pokemon, but
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
but the Pokemon was always going to come out because they
Yeah.
had to. There was no other system for it to launch on.
I'm going to transition to my reaction setup.
Yep, we gotta get
Not
ready.
that one. This one. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yes. I am. Yeah, that always happens. I'm always behind. Yeah. I am currently live. We have about, what, 90-ish seconds? Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, I got that up. I want to pull up the chat here. Okay, I'm ending the poll. The winner is Kind Hyped. JRL Toki, what is the over-under? It is. JRL Toki, what is the over-under up for farm sims? Three farming simulators. Taker610 with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Given Prime for its extended development time and the big budget it must have, do you guys think Nintendo's targeting sales in the 5 to 8 million range? It's hard to put a number on it, but I have a lot of faith in Prime for, I think it's going to be the best-selling Metro game to date. I do think it's going to exceed 5 million copies sold lifetime. Yeah, 10 is a special number in my brain. So, oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's an evergreen status. So, by the way, guys, it is 10 o'clock. I am live. I'm live. Audio levels seem to be okay. Yeah, that's probably good audio level there. All right, okay. This is it. We're gonna get our first reveal. This is gonna be. I'm kind hyped. Oh, I'm kind hyped. Kind hyped. Rated RP to M. There may be mature rated games. Doubt. Here we go. What is it? Oh my god, yeah, starting off with the DLC. Oh, it looks good. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. I'm going to argue that starting off with DLC doesn't bode well for a lot of new games. Oh, yeah. Does it come out this year or early next year? Yeah. Oh, I like how it looks, though. I'm very excited about this. This just looks cool. Fun fact, I actually haven't done the Splatoon 3 campaign yet. Oh, Splatoon 2 was great. Oh, wait, is there no audio? Hold on. There.
There we go. It's okay, nothing too audio. There's not even anybody explaining anything, so there's all good this.
My bad, guys. There. Sorry about that.
That looks sick.
Yeah.
I mean, the gameplay was kind of hard to tell you what was even happening, but it looked cool.
Yeah. I apologize about that.
Nah, they got everything they needed.
turn down the audio a bit? Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
Cool.
You just saw a new trailer for Wave
Whoa, what's going
2
on?
of the
Whoa.
Splatoon 3 Expansion Pass DLC Side Order.
Why is this happening?
This
don't know what
brand
you're
new
talking
story is
My
set in
my
the
stream's
Spire
going
Order,
crazy.
where you'll strengthen your character's abilities as you
The
ascend
Direct.
the Spire's floors. We're developing this single-player DLC so it can be played over and over again.
It's like flashing black.
It's planned to release in spring 2024, so please
That's
look
odd.
forward to it.
You wanna
I'm hoping.
pause?
Yeah, I think we're
Okay,
good.
let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
Oh, well. Huh. Interesting.
The toys are back
Mario
in
vs.
town.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, the disappointment.
Donkey
Oh, but the
Kong.
visuals.
That looks nice.
Mario. The rivalry that heated up on the Game Boy Advance system reignites on the Nintendo Switch system.
I love how they.
Hey, Brandon,
that
can you
looks
pause your
almost like a
stream?
truck.
Eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
I need to refresh this. This is being
Donkey
weird.
Kong has
All right, I think all right, I think we're good now.
in each stage.
Hold on,
contraptions and
I'm on the
other
frame
challenges
where
await.
Donkey Kong's
Hold on.
stuffing
I need to fix
Mario's
this.
into a bag.
I need to fix this because it's being weird.
Cool.
But he
I'm
can't
just trying to let you
quite
know where
cross
I am.
the gap.
So you can pause
Okay.
this, you know?
That
What is
monkey's
this?
tail
My
looks
stream
a
is being so
little
weird.
Suspicious, though.
It won't even let me full screen anymore. Okay. All right, it's full screen. All right. Where are you in the direct? Oh, look at the rhinos.
Donkey Kong stuffing Mario balls into a bag. And it's a CG render.
Okay. All right, we're about the same.
I count down from now quick.
All right, I'm at the part where it says 112 seconds where Marius jumped on the robot shy guy.
Well, I don't know if that's before or after.
It's right after a CGI scene.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay,
Right.
count me down.
I think at 3. 1, 2, 3, go. And then it starts loading.
In each stage,
All right, we're good.
contraptions and other challenges await. Observation and action are vital to your success.
Just said observation and action.
Mario needs to reach the
Yeah.
key, but he can't quite cross the gap.
I'm slightly ahead of you. I'll pause for a second.
That monkey's tail looks a little suspicious, though, doesn't it? If Mario does this,
It's just a tail.
There we go.
now he can get across
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
and safely
I mean, the
grab
puzzle
the key.
looks fun. I like. Maybe I was too harsh. I do like
Platform
puzzle
too high?
games.
Yeah, it looks
Reach
cool.
it with a handstand jump
That
or a
looks fun.
backflip, like that.
And it's not just the minis. It's actually Mario. Like unlike the older games where they just rely on like.
Well, the first one has Mario.
Observe and act to collect
I know, but like the
Marios,
latest ones, it was like mostly
clear
just the
stages,
minis.
and face Donkey Kong head on.
Unless I'm just remembering.
Donkey Kong was good.
In this updated
Oh, yeah,
version
that's
of the
great.
game, you can
It's a
play
remake.
with a friend in local co-op.
Oh, it's a
What?
remake. I didn't
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
I thought
However you choose to puzzle your way through,
I thought they were
it's
just
up
calling
to
it like a
you
reboot or
to
something.
recover the toys.
February. Okay, that makes sense.
Mario vs. Donkey
You're like
Kong
10 seconds
launches
ahead
on
of me.
Nintendo Switch February
10
16th.
seconds?
My stream is being
Pre-orders
so weird.
begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Tell me when you see Save the Prince in the World.
Now,
Save the prince and the world. Guide SaGa as he sets off to save the Prince of Persia and restore the world's balance.
This looks good for the Switch version.
Tapping into the roots of the Prince of Persia
Yeah.
series, this game features 2D,
You get 60
side-scrolling
FPS, which is good.
action-adventure gameplay. Dash through breathtaking environments in a mythological, Persian-inspired world.
You would think
But don't
2D
linger
games
too
would be
long
like,
with
oh
the
yeah,
road
of
to
course there's 60
survive.
FPS on Switch, but
Harness
it's a
sword
third
and
party,
bow
so they
techniques.
actually have to do quite a bit of work
as well
to
as
get it
time
to
powers to
work.
best these
But I'm pretty sure
hostile
this game
lands.
was targeted
As
for
your
Switch
journey
initially.
progresses, Sargon will grow stronger and learn new abilities
I'm
that expand
somewhat
his
interested
arsenal.
in this game.
Equip amulets to further boost your abilities.
I mean, I heard the
among
old
other
Prince of
perks.
Persia games were really
The
good.
number of
And
amulets
this
you
looks
can equip
nice.
is limited, though.
Like the graphics
Yeah, I
look
just
great,
think it
the
looks
art
good.
style looks amazing.
Use everything at your
Like, look at that
disposal to
boss.
navigate this harsh world.
Yeah.
And defeat the mythical beasts
Nice,
that
that's pretty
stand in your
dope.
way. Get ready to save the prince and discover the mysteries of Mount Calf. when Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown launches on the Nintendo Switch system
release.
January 18th.
Very nice.
You can receive the
good time.
in-game warrior
That'll
within
help it a
outfit
lot.
by pre-ordering the game from Nintendo
Because they ain't
eShop.
nothing released in
Yeah.
January.
I like how they're saying Ubisoft's original.
These games will help you chase your passions. Rev up for true arcade racing in Horizon Chase 2. Speed through stunning environments, each with its own dynamic art style, while overtaking your rivals on the road. Play the main campaign to unlock
The
vehicles,
handling of that game
courses,
looks
and
almost
more.
uncontrollable.
You can also upgrade your
Yeah.
vehicle and style it to
All right,
fit
it looks
your
like-
high-octane needs. Itching for more
It looks like my
racing
stream is
action?
no longer being
Up to 4
weird.
speedsters can put the
That's
pedal to the metal in couch
Dare I
co-op
switch
or
to
online.
1080-60?
Go full throttle.
Just leave
in
it alone.
Horizon Chase 2. Launching on
As long as the
Nintendo
quality's
Switch
fine, just
later
leave it.
today. Warm up for musical mayhem in this rhythm-based adventure. Time your button presses with the music to solve puzzles and battle bosses. Over 30 thrilling
Okay.
tracks await, including music from iconic Konami games. Up to 4 friends
So,
can battle it out in
I mean,
terms
this
of
is
Nintendo
pretty-
games,
or jam together in local
I mean,
or
there's
online play.
been barely any.
Super Crazy Rhythm
we got
Capsule launches on Nintendo
we got Mario
Switch
vs. Donkey
November
Kong
14th.
in February.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo
I missed
eShop.
it. What was the side order release date?
I missed it too.
Guys in the chat, what was the side
Anya
order
Forger
release
has
date?
A new assignment
What'd they
from
say?
School, creating a photo diary. On weekdays, you'll head to class, then enjoy family time in the
Always
evenings.
wanted to play so
I like the
bad.
show.
You can visit all sorts of exciting places.
Oh, this is from a
like
show?
the
That
beach
makes sense. I'm
or
so
an art
confused.
museum.
Like, why
Oh, this is
would
a really
Search
good
of
anime. You
subjects
should
to
watch it.
photograph.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like,
Spend
why
your
would
time with
people
friends
want?
and family? And
this
what
for
kind of
kids?
photo diary will
This
you
is a
help Anya make?
really good show. You should
Spy
watch it.
Anya, Operation
Okay,
Memories.
I think
Launches
it's
on
called
Nintendo
Spy X
Switch
Family.
next year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Mario's first
Oh,
RPG
Mario RPG
adventure
time.
returns.
Guys, thank you for telling me that
The Super
Splatoon
Mario RPG
is
game
spring
is back
2024.
with updated graphics.
Nice, makes sense.
Let's go over some new and returning gameplay features.
New
Time
features.
your button presses with action commands to increase damage dealt or decrease
The
damage
best
received.
part of all
When you
Mario
time your
RPGs
attacks
is the
perfectly,
action
you can now
commands.
You know, they're
damage
being
all
pretty quick
enemies at
about the
once.
announcements. Like, they're just jumping.
Every
Well, I mean, this is a
successful
reel,
action
though,
command will
so-
fill this gauge.
That's kind of
When
like
it's
the whole
full,
thing of
you
that.
can
It's
Yeah,
just
but
very
they're-
weird that they
character
started off
triple
with
move.
like a quick reel of small
Depending
stuff.
on your current party, the move will change. So experiment.
Like they
with
seem to be getting
different
stuff out of the
combos.
way. Almost.
Maybe. Some of this stuff's pretty
During your
big.
adventure, you'll encounter bosses with colorful personalities.
I mean,
After clearing
a
the
lot of
game,
this we already
you can fight
about.
some of them again.
Like Prince of Persia we knew about. Side Order we
But
knew
these
about.
powered-up bosses
This
aren't
Post-game
gonna be easy.
rematches.
So it's like a boss mode?
And rematch boss fights.
Yeah.
Set off for adventure with Mario and Friends when Super Mario RPG launches on the
music.
Nintendo Switch system
Love it.
November
Oh, yeah.
17th.
So good.
Pre-orders are available
Oh
now.
no.
Mario
on
RPG.
Nintendo
is
Oh
Wii
amazing
no,
and
the stream's
redone.
attacking me.
Oh god.
Hey,
Okay, it's back
look
to normal.
alive. We're almost there.
Oh, this is the Wii. This is the Wii and 3DS remaster.
The
That was
Nintendo
teased.
DS game Trace Memory returns on the Nintendo Switch
Another
system
code,
as
two
another
memories.
code, two memories.
I've heard of
One
this.
day, a young girl named Ashley
The
receives
visuals.
a letter from the father she thought had passed
Nice.
away. Seeking answers, she sets off for the solitary Blood Edward Island in search of him. Once there, Ashley encounters
stylized.
puzzles and obstacles that hinder her investigation.
For the record, Pioro liked a tweet for this, so the Pioro like train
It's really on fire right now.
is really on point. Yeah.
Yeah.
F099, here we go.
I
She
mean, the game
also
still
meets a
kind of looks
mysterious
like it
boy.
was a Wii game, right?
What
But
truths
I-
await Ashley in
looks
this
better.
place?
Looks.
some of the
No matter
textures
how
definitely
hard
could have
I
been
try, I
upgraded
can't
more.
remember Dad's face.
This is not a AAA game, so.
That's fair.
Who are
But some of the
you?
textures are really
The
low res.
sequel, Another Code R,
Like, are those
Journey
the
into
same
Lost
textures they used
Memories,
on the Wii?
previously
It almost looks like-
unreleased in North America, is also included.
Interesting.
So this is like Juliet, huh?
Play both games to experience the full story. Unravel both adventures, fully enhanced for Nintendo Switch, when Another Code Recollection launches January 19th.
Maybe I just gotta
Pre-orders
look at it on the
begin
Wii. Maybe it
on
looks just
Nintendo
really bad
eShop.
on the Wii.
They got some solid January games. Another Code and
Yeah.
Another
Prince of
Code
Persia.
Recollection includes 2 games,
Yeah,
the
for
Nintendo DS game Trace Memory and its Wii sequel, which was never released in North
Tell you what, the
America.
game looks better than
Both
Fire
games
Emblem Three
are
Houses.
fully enhanced on Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch. Please look forward to playing them
More
early
consistent.
There's
next
less
year.
going on. So.
Yeah.
Next, please take a look
It's
at
a lot
this.
simpler textures.
All right, what's next?
Oh, Princess Peach game?
Oh wow,
Am I still ahead of you?
like 2 or 3 seconds.
One day, a loyal Toad presented a flyer advertising a show at the Sparkle Theater.
Visuals are good, bro.
Princess Peach and
If
some
this is-
Toads went to go see it, but
There
then
seems to be some kind of cutscene.
Yes, black hole.
Might be in engine though.
the Wicked Grape
Looks
and the
insane.
Sour Bunch suddenly made their grand entrance and took center stage.
Not Bowser.
Now it's up to Peach and the theater's
This
guardian
looks in-game.
Stella to save the play
Man.
and the day.
This is like
This
Luigi's
perfect
Mansion 3,
performance
like
has become a terrible
high quality.
tragedy.
This looks really nice.
Luckily, Peach can use the power of Stella's ribbon
Ooh.
to face off against the Sour Bunch.
The Sour Bunch.
The ribbon alone won't always cut it, though.
It's funny,
So
she's like in a
let's do
play.
this.
Everything is just props. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of. Oh,
Peach transformed
Whoa!
into
you're like
Super
a second
Peach.
ahead of me.
By transforming, she can use fantastic
Whoa.
show-stopping abilities. Fend
Whoa.
off the Sour Bunch with sensational swordplay.
Yo, this looks cool.
Yeah.
Can Peach
That looks
save
really
this
fun.
performance and its performers?
Man.
What's
There
coming
are
out
more
March?
stolen shows to save.
This reminds me of
Valuable
Kirby in the
artifacts from
sense
this
that it
museum
just
have
feels like
gone
it's a
missing.
fun game to
Become
run through
Detective
and
Peach.
just do
Investigate
stuff in
clues.
where it's not
Oh
like,
man,
hard.
I'm getting Luigi's Mansion vibes.
Ooh. I'm getting both.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting like
Desserts have been snatched
the new
from
Kirby
this sweets
and
festival.
Luigi's Mansion vibes
Turn into
kinda in
patissier
one.
Peach
This feels like a
and
next
save
level
it from
game.
a sugar crash.
Yeah. This looks
The
great.
Sour Bunch got
This is
their
like
hands on this
minigames.
martial arts school. Become Kung Fu Peach and take it back from these foul fiends.
Bro,
Oh.
and you got Kung Fu Peach, bro. Okay. This is epic. This is hype.
Many other transformations are just behind the curtain. The stage is set.
This
Our
looks like a
leading
game that's
lady
just gonna
is
be
ready
super fun.
for the spotlight.
It just oozes fun and creativity, constant new ideas.
Princess Peach Showtime makes its debut on Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
March.
Hey,
March
so
27th.
that's the
right.
March game.
Pre-orders begin today.
So it isn't
on
like a
Nintendo
huge
eShop.
game.
It
for
ain't
March,
Metroid Prime
but-
4.
But it is a good game for March.
Yeah.
That was a new look at Princess Peach Showtime.
And March feels like a
In
good
Peach's
time
latest
for
adventure,
Kirby.
the gameplay
released
changes
then.
depending on her transformations.
Feels
It
like
looks
a very
like there
fun
are
kinda
more
game.
transformations beyond the ones
Animal
we showed
Crossing
today.
released
This is
then.
currently my
Please
most
stay
hyped
tuned.
game that has a
Let's
date.
continue with some more
Oh, yeah.
headlines.
I'm more hyped than the Mario Wonder, to be honest.
A new saga
That looked awesome.
begins.
It's close, though.
A multi-layered
Yeah.
RPG
I'm just not a
full of
2D
rich stories
platformer
awaits
kind of
in
person.
Saga Emerald Beyond.
The Mario Wonder
There are
looks awesome.
6 heroes to choose from. A young man who fights with sentient puppets. A witch disguised as a schoolgirl to mask her identity. A crime-fighting duo chasing down a mysterious organization. A songstress mech who lost her voice and body. And a king of darkness who was recently reawakened. Select a
That
hero,
is
then follow their journey through
an
17
eclectic
interconnected
cast.
worlds as they strive to achieve
Those
their
are some eccentric people.
Yeah, I'm trying
Goals.
to. Alright, the stream's fixed now.
How the story unfolds is in your hands. The choices you make
Direct's been
can
good so
unlock
far.
different paths, more than ever before
fine.
seen in the Saga
There's been
franchise.
some good highlights.
Fight in timeline battles, turn-based combat
What
in which
am I
turn
looking
order
at?
is crucial to victory.
I don't know.
Use
This game
special
looks like
techniques
it's
to
just trying to
control
be
the order of
as
actions,
wild as possible.
or
It's
activate
just like we
team
can't be
combos to
normal
swing
in
the
any
tide
sense of
battle
the
in
word.
your
We have to
favor.
just everything we do has to be crazy.
Okay.
Saga
Did it just say
Beyond
Saga Emerald?
launches on Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch
I
next
just want to make sure
year.
on the same point.
Legendary Raider returns.
Okay, you're like
legendary Raider
4 seconds
returns.
ahead of me.
Jeez.
The first 3 Tomb Raider games, all with
Ooh,
upgraded
wow.
visuals,
Oh.
are venturing onto Nintendo
Oh.
Switch in
Oh,
one
upgraded visuals,
daring
okay.
collection.
That's cool.
As the fearless archaeologist,
Yeah.
Lara Croft, you'll travel the world and face off against deadly foes and even deadlier legends. Climb.
I'm
backflip,
very interested in this.
HD textures
swan
and
dive
HD
through
model,
perilous quests spanning different
I-
countries.
but like
and
I
still the same
love it.
geometry.
Along the way,
Oh.
you'll solve
Oh,
puzzles
very
to
nice.
uncover treasures of the ancient
I
world
love this.
and unravel mysteries lost to the ravages of time.
This is a
faithfully
very
remastered trilogy
faithful
comes with
kinda
all of the
re-
expansions
remaster.
and secret levels for each game.
This is hype.
You can also toggle
Like it looks
between the
better,
original
but it
polygon
still
look
looks
and
like the
upgraded
original game. Like
visuals
if
at
you
any
showed me that,
time.
I'd be like, yeah, that's.
Tomb Raider 1
Obviously, I would know that that's not the PS1 original, right? But it looks like it. Oh, it's 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's a heck of a deal.
That's awesome.
That's a heck of
That's
a deal.
legitimately awesome.
This detective's got a second bolt.
I
of
gotta tell you,
brilliance.
I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with the lineup for the first
Every
few
great
months of next
detective
year.
starts their day early.
Yeah, I mean,
This
there's good
is
stuff.
Rhyme
Nothing,
City, a
nothing
place where
huge, but it's
humans
good
and
stuff. I mean,
Pokemon
it's
coexist.
exactly the kind of things I was
The
expecting. I
detective
just didn't know
duo
what they would be
Pikachu and
specifically.
his partner Tim
Did
Yeah.
they upgrade the textures since we last saw this game?
investigate
Oh,
various
I don't know.
cases while searching for
It doesn't look
Harry,
as
Tim's missing
eye-searingly
father.
awful.
I think it's just showing good parts.
Tim interviews people. Pikachu interviews Pokemon, and they
Looks the same
find
to
the
me.
truth together.
I mean, it
They'll
looks
also
like
rely on other Pokemon to broaden the
actual
scope
ass
of their
before.
investigations.
This looks okay.
Follow Sense with Growlithe.
It gets the job done.
Smash Rocks with Darmanitan.
It's
And
fine.
Peer Through Walls with Luxray.
Like, I'm not
Can
saying it
Tim and
looks good
Pikachu
now. I'm
solve
just
all
saying,
the
does it look
mysteries
slightly
and
better?
Find Harry?
I don't see that.
Find out when Detective Pikachu returns. Launches on Nintendo Switch October 6th.
Wilberforce looks fine
I'm
for
just
a
trying to
Wii
give
game.
it the
now
benefit of
on
the doubt.
Nintendo eShop.
The game looks fine. It's just I don't expect
It had
good
better
visuals
textures
from it.
than that Wii
This
remaster.
game's a real toot.
I don't think much of it.
No. Oh, this game's hilarious.
Raise your brass for the quirky rhythm game Trombone Champ.
That's funny.
Play the notes in time with the music as
It
best
also
you can.
makes my lungs hurt just
But how you play
listening
that
to
horn
it.
Oh,
is up
yeah.
to you.
I got strong lungs for
Like,
that.
it actively makes my, like, breathing
You
upset.
can use gyro controls to adjust the pitch
This reminds
up
me of Wii music.
and down. Or the IR
Yeah, but this
motion camera on the right
understands how
Joy-Con
dumb
controller.
it is. Whereas Wii
The
music was
controls are
serious.
pretty unique. And mastering every control scheme
That's
won't be a walk
that's
in the
actually
park.
awesome that they use the IR sensor because
Yeah.
nobody's
Your way
using
through
that.
nearly
That
50
is
that's
cool.
this game is
various
perfect for it
genres,
because
from classical
the IR
to
sensor's like
electronica and
not.
everything in between.
I imagine it's not super.
Plus,
I've never
up to
actually
4
used it for this
musicians
kind
can
of.
band
Like I never
together
played
in local
1-2 Switch,
multiplayer.
but I imagine it's not super reliable.
Trombone Champ slides onto
I just
Nintendo
want to
Switch
shut up.
later today. Battle your way to victory in these Nintendo Switch
I was
games.
Man,
Be
they're
like,
not
oh.
focusing on anything. The entire direct's just been them flipping through games.
10 teams of 3
It's
will duke it out
fast-paced.
for
This is a good
survival in
direct.
this online battle royale brawler.
Battle Royale.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
Your
Brandon.
opponents help
I think
down
this direct
zero
has the
and
chance to be an
deliver
A direct
finishing
for me.
blow. Or
They're off to
finish
such
them off the
a good. They're
collapsing
on
terrain
such a
to
good
win.
pace.
Choose
The
from
pace is
15
good, but,
heroes,
I mean,
each
I'm
it's
excited for the
inspired by a
February and
different
March
mythology.
games. There's some solid third-party
Work
games
with
in
your
January.
allies to be
Like,
the last team standing.
Yeah.
Battle Crush
It's
is
a
free
solid
to play
B. It's
and
a solid
launches
high
first
B.
for consoles on Nintendo
Oh,
Switch.
it's
well,
May.
it depends how they close,
A
right?
closed
We got
beta
still have the
test will
second
be
half of the
available
I
direct.
say their
this October.
presentation of it's been an A+.
Lead your mercenaries
That's
to
the- that's-
fame and fortune
that
in
imp-
this
that impacts
open
my
world
grade.
Tactical RPG.
Yeah.
Take up
Understand.
various contracts from protecting townsfolk from
Some of this
thieves
looks really
to
nice.
vanquishing the
Some of
land's
this
most
looks not.
notorious figures.
For the record, guys, I
Before
agree
battle,
that right
equip
now
your
it's like a B
mercenaries with the
direct.
best
I
gear
just
skills
mean
to claim
that
victory
when you're at a
and
B, you have
live
the
to see
opportunity
another
to
day.
hit
Oh,
the A
yeah.
mark.
Up to 4 players
Well, I mean, the
online
end of the
can
direct
jointly
always
command
spikes,
a
Right.
troop
right?
Yeah.
and journey together across this
This looks
vast world.
really nice, like graphically.
Wartales
I mean, some of the
launches as a
textures are a
timed
little low
console
res, but most of
exclusive
the
on
time,
Nintendo Switch.
this looks really
Later
nice.
Today.
This is a console exclusive.
Yeah.
Run and begun
And launching
in this
today?
reimagining of the beloved NES
So
classic
fast-paced.
Contra.
I'm
Through
I
explosive
I
stages
am
with a
interested.
devastating arsenal of weapons to crush the Red Falcon forces. Spring
Let's
into
go.
action with
Is this a
easy
new
pick-up
game?
and play
Doesn't look
controls
like a new
and
game.
a
Looks like a
variety of
remake.
difficulty options.
Yeah.
This reimagining from Konami
Reimagining.
and Way Forward
Here we go.
features new weapons, enemies,
I want it.
powerful super
want it.
attacks,
There's a lot of games I
and
want
a
in this
4-player
direct.
co-op mode.
I probably won't get
Contra,
this. It looks
Operation
interesting.
Galuga
The frame rate's not
storms
good at
onto
the
the
moment.
Nintendo Switch system
be the live
early
stream.
next year.
It could just be still in development.
Liberate your kingdom.
Or it could just be
Could be
Reclaim
they're
your
targeting 30
destiny.
FPS, and I just don't like that for a 2D game.
'Tis a grievous
Look,
tale
look.
which speaks of Feveth, one of stolen destiny, stolen minds, and stolen
Fire.
nations. Yet as the world stands consumed
no.
by immense evil,
Oh,
a fallen
no.
prince shall
Nope.
rise again, ring of legend lighting his path.
That is the
It
ring of the
looks
unicorn,
cool though.
ancestral treasure
Yeah.
of Cornea's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors wielding it to purify evil. Yet the answer is clear as day now.
It's very Fire
The
Emblem
path
like.
before us is laid bare,
Yeah.
and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it
I
will,
really
Mother.
like the art.
Freely traverse an expansive world. Gather new allies, forge your bonds, and lead the liberation.
It's a cool
to
looking
glorious
game.
victory. Cultivate
If I had
a
unlimited
grand
time, I
army
would buy
with over
this.
60 unique characters.
I don't have
from
unlimited
humans
time,
and
though.
elves to massive beasts and
I like
heavenly
the art
angels.
style a lot.
Yeah, it's very
Today
good.
marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. It may take days, months, or
Ooh,
even
that
years,
food looked delicious.
but I shall see the duties of my bloodline fulfilled.
Atlas and Vanillaware present the rebirth of tactical fantasy RPGs. Unicorn
Oh,
Overlord.
Birth of Tactical Fantasy
Available
RPGs.
March 8th, 2024.
Man, they're
Fire
really
Emblem
big on
says
that game.
hi.
Yeah.
Uh-oh! Dark Moon! Here we go, baby! Looking good.
Frame rate seems a bit better.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
That's the
Oh.
name.
Interesting.
Welcome to Evershade Valley.
Or why couldn't they
a
just say that
place
the
that's
first time?
Screaming and teeming with the supernatural.
Maybe they decided to change it.
Luigi, our faint of heart hero, was sent here to check it out. Time for some mansion mayhem.
It still looks worse than Luigi's Mansion 3.
No spooky
Obviously.
adventure is complete without this vacuum-like device, the Poltergust. Use
It
it
looks
to
way
light
better
up
than
dark
the original,
areas,
though.
vacuum up objects, and interact with the environment. It's a handy
No, I'm
tool
happy
for
this is-
your
I'm
paranormal
getting this.
escapades.
Yeah.
Wait,
I-
when's it coming out,
When
Brian?
you spot a
January,
ghost,
December, April,
Pop!
May?
You can stun them with the strobe
Well,
ball.
not this year. They
Then
said next year
vacuum them up.
already, right? So, maybe.
can even
You know,
grab
I think
multiple
all
ghosts
these
at
games are gonna
once.
come before March, probably. So, maybe this is a February game.
In this game,
Another
you'll find
February
ghosts haunting, a former
Yeah,
plant
playing-
research lab,
When we only have one March game, it is another March.
a broken down clock factory that's full of
January.
sand, a mine covered in ice and snow, and
Maybe
even
like
more
Or April.
third
places.
of January.
January, April.
These troublemakers will use every trick in the book to block your
Yeah, we
path.
might get an April.
Can Luigi summon his courage and save the day? Looking for other ghost hunters? Up to 4
I
players
want this.
online can do some
want this a
exercise
lot.
across different multiplayer modes.
I didn't get to finish Dark Moon on 3DS because it was...
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Taken from me.
I never
Leaps onto Nintendo
I never played it
Switch
on 3DS,
next
so I
summer.
just watched
Summer. We don't even get a date.
How was that?
Okay.
Next,
I mean, the game
we have
did look
two
like it needed
announcements
more
to
work.
share. First,
The frame rate
please
still
take
wasn't
a look
perfect.
at this video.
Hold on, I need to pay attention.
It's Mario something.
No, it's obviously Pokemon.
What's that? It's a large question
No, it's
block.
clearly a
Actually,
Pikachu.
this question block currently appears on the roof of the previously announced Nintendo Gallery that's under construction in Uji City, Kyoto Prefecture. The official name of this gallery will be
go
the
there all the
Nintendo
time.
Museum.
Oh,
A museum.
At the Nintendo Museum, a wide variety of Nintendo products from the company's history will be displayed.
oh yes.
All right, we're going.
Construction is going well.
Booking a trip right
We
now.
plan to finish up
Oh, it's gonna
by
be done
March
soon.
2024.
March 2024. All right, saving
We'll
up.
share more information.
All right,
such as
Andres,
the
you gotta
opening
save up for that
date
plane ticket.
At another
We're
time.
going.
Please stay tuned.
And then also Super Nintendo.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that.
We'd
We're
like
gonna
to
hit
share
that
some updates on
Universal
upcoming
theme
Amiibo
park, too.
figures. These
Amiibo
Zelda
figures.
and Ganondorf Amiibo figures
November 3rd.
are releasing
All right.
on November 3rd.
Definitely getting
And
both
Amiibo
of these,
figures
honestly.
of
Uh-oh.
Noah and
Uh-oh.
Mia
Oh.
from the Xenoblade Chronicles
Uh-oh.
3
They're just doing
let's
all the
go.
will be
Amiibo.
released as a set on January 19th, 2024.
Smash.
Are they announced the Smash Amiibo too?
And finally,
Nope.
we have a new Amiibo figure to announce.
Oh, wait.
Sora.
Here we go.
Here
Yep.
it
The
The
DLC
Smash
fighter
update.
from Super Smash
Here it
Bros.
is.
Ultimate, Sora from Kingdom Hearts
Here it is.
on the way.
The Smash
With the release of
news.
Sora, everyone is here from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in Amiibo form. Please look forward to its release next year.
Isn't it interesting how they did all the Amiibo together? I love that.
That's all for today's Amiibo announcements. Next, please take a look at this.
F-Zero? Yes!
Oh,
F-Zero 99. I told everyone that's how it looked. Or are they gonna subvert my expectations?
The first F-Zero game returns as a 99-player battle royale.
There we go.
that's so wild.
F-Zero 99.
Let's go. It's like real.
Race on
PRO.
classic
Also, why is
F-Zero
this-
courses with machines
He don't-
from the
he don't
original
skip a beat.
Super NES game. Tear through courses
looks
in
good.
high-speed races.
I like
But
it.
be careful. Your power meter will decrease if you crash into pilots or guardrails. If it hits 0, you're out. You'll need to avoid collisions and conserve your power meter to stay in the race.
Game of show.
Feeling risky? Spend some
Game
of your
of-
power meter for a
For
temporary
you.
speed boost.
Kinda.
This looks cool though.
It does. And there's
You can
different
also
stages.
collect super sparks, which appear when machines
And this
collide, to boost
can
up to
probably
a
be
special
my
path
favorite
called
99 game.
the Skyway. It's your best chance at bypassing your rivals
Ooh!
and jumping
wow.
into a higher position.
That feels like cheating.
Complete goals while you're racing to unlock cosmetic options for your machine.
Okay. This is
That's
cool.
nice.
Now the question is,
100%
do we get something
this
else
game-
F-Zero?
Even if we don't now, 100% we're getting an actual either
99
F-Zero
players
remaster or
on
new
Switch
F-Zero
2?
in the future.
It's time to race
Well,
your
we
way
might have to wait till
first
Switch
place.
2, but
Because
in the very near
F-Zero
future,
99 will be available
like within,
exclusively
2
for
years, I
active
think we're
Nintendo
gonna get
Switch
an
online
actual
members
F-Zero
later
something.
today.
Let's
Or that's
go!
something that's This confirms they're trying to make F-Zero a thing again.
More than 30 years after
For
its
me.
original
Hold on.
release, F-Zero is back as a battle royale game. This title also supports the Super NES controller
Okay.
available exclusively for Nintendo Switch Online
Okay.
members.
But is that it?
We hope
cool.
you will give it a try and aim for first place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's continue with some more headlines.
Guess that's it for F-Zero.
One little hero, one humongous
We'll be hearing
problem.
about F-Zero soon again, I assure you.
Welcome to Bandle City, a whimsical
It's a cool-
land
they're
inhabited
doing
by
a good
small,
job with the
fuzzy
99 game, I'll
beings
say that.
Called Yordles. After a party gets a little too wild,
It's a good-looking
the portals
99
holding
game.
the
It may be
land
the best
together
99
collapse
game.
and throw everything into chaos. It's up to you and your knitting magic to stitch Bandle City back together. Journey across the land to gather materials and craft items and meals for the locals. As you continue gathering and crafting, you can weave together new upgrades by unlocking more branches of the skill tree. Enchant your experience even further by embarking on quests and hosting festivals for the community. Can you save Bandle City? And what mysteries will you discover during your magical adventure? Bandle Tale, a League of Legends story, launches on Nintendo Switch.
League of
next
Legends
year.
story? What? Excuse
I'm
me?
indifferent.
Wait, did you hear that?
That threw me through a loop.
Join best friends Nunu and Willem on a journey across the frozen wilds of the
looks
Freljord. Jump,
Does look cool.
climb,
The lighting
and
looks really
sled
nice.
your way
Wow.
through a beautiful yet treacherous land, where every step taken and each puzzle solved will bring you closer to the truth
That-
about these friends.
does look
and
fun,
their
actually.
Marvel Snow, that
past.
looks nice. This looks really
Song
beautiful.
of Nunu, a League of Legends story, launches on the Nintendo Switch
This is
system
also a League of
November
Legends
1st.
story? What is going on?
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Very interesting.
Let's move into Formation.
Oh yeah, we need to hear what this is.
doesn't feel like a prize.
Greetings! Welcome to the island.
I need to play one of these games.
This
I've never played one.
tropical
They're
resort
good.
contains tons of micro games that'll get your body moving.
Oh,
It's the kind of game I want to
In
play
each
with other
micro
people.
game, you'll get into
Yep.
a specific pose
there online?
called a form.
Oh, we'll find out.
Copy the form shown, then perform the correct action as quick as you can.
Ooh, that looks fun.
Hand model.
I feel like I feel ridiculous playing this game by myself.
The micro games will come
Yeah.
one after another, so look alive. Plus, up to 4 players can battle it out in party mode.
Online.
Reach the goal without getting caught by Medusa.
Freeze!
Or settle the score in an arena to be the last one posing. With over 200 lightning-fast micro games and multiplayer modes aplenty, everyone's in for a
at that
wacky
butt.
time. WarioWare Move It launches on the Nintendo Switch system
Come on.
November 3rd. Pre-orders are available now on
I
Nintendo
want to know if there's
eShop.
online.
There's still one more game that coming out this year they have to talk
A
about.
heroic tale will soon unfold.
Gotcha.
Mario Wonder.
Yeah.
Lead an army of over 100 heroes into battle and put an end to an empire's invasion.
This looks cool.
Meet Noah, a humble villager. Sane, an officer
Interesting
from
way
the
to spell
Empire.
Noah.
It's like
and Marissa, a
more
forest
3D than
guardian.
typical HD 2D,
These three
but still
band
HD
together to
2D
fight
kind
for a
of.
common goal.
Yeah.
On their journey,
You got the
they'll meet a variety of
sprites in the
heroes who can
3D
join
Yeah.
their cause.
environment, which is interesting.
This is your home base, known as the headquarters. As allies join you, additional facilities will become available. You'll be able to tend crops, open shops,
Yeah, the
and more.
environments are fully three-dimensional.
Each hero you
Yeah.
encounter has their own backstory and motivation. They may not always get
And then the
along
sprites
at
are
first,
really well
but these
animated.
conflicts may strengthen the
Oh,
bonds
yeah.
between your heroes.
The
It's a
lighting
very
is
cool
really
effect.
nice.
Trust, betrayal, justice, and truth. A heroic tale will begin when Eiyuden
really
Chronicle
bad-
100 Heroes launches on Nintendo
It looks
Switch,
cool.
April 23rd.
Yeah. It's an April game.
Participate in some pixel-perfect play. Next stop,
Is this
Octopia. Travel
is.
to a charming parallel world in this paid
Very
DLC
fast-paced
from
direct.
Eastward. Help
Yeah.
Sam and John turn the pages of a new
I
chapter
never played the
as they
first
adjust
one.
to country life in a mountainside village.
I really
By the way,
wanted to.
all the PR legs
Tend to
are
livestock.
100%
With
as
both culinary delights for
as
your
we
neighbors
thought they were
and
should be
restore
interpreted.
buildings
They,
to help
they
the
were.
village thrive.
I
And
need to
if
play
you're
more
new
indie
to
games like
Eastward,
this because I know
don't
I'd
worry.
really like them. I
You
just
can
don't
access the
take
DLC
the time.
even if you haven't played the main story.
Like this game looks
Eastward,
so nice.
Octopia ventures onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
It just looks so chill.
Get back into the groove. In this sequel to War Groove,
Wargroove.
I guess
charge across
as
3
your GX
tactical
Remastered
campaigns
is
with
gonna
valiant
be saved for
factions,
Switch 2.
including a new Mousefolk faction, the Fari.
Perhaps.
Plus, you can now supercharge your commander's groove.
But you know
to
they haven't
unleash
shown
devastating
anything
attacks.
new that's
Lead a
like big
roguelike
at all.
offensive in conquest mode.
No.
Mario vs Donkey Kong
Battle
is like
friends
the
locally
biggest new thing they've
or
shown.
online. Or
Am I wrong?
Create and share your own cutscenes
No, it's
and
just
campaigns.
hilarious. That's the biggest thing they showed.
War Groove 2 marches onto Nintendo Switch as a console exclusive October 5th.
Maybe they're like, hey, we don't have a lot of really big
Begin
games to
today
show, so
on
let's just make a
Nintendo
really
eShop.
fast-paced direct.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
fair enough.
Dive and
Giant
catch fish by day,
this looks fun.
then serve them as sushi by
Looks
night.
very
And the
Oh,
aquatic
and you get
adventure,
the cookie.
Dave the
Oh.
Diver.
I
Use
want
the
this.
fish you
See,
caught
like,
to concoct
these are the games
recipes
I never
and
played, but I
create the
know I
day's
would
menu.
enjoy them. I
Then
just never...
tend to the clamoring
the menus
customers
turn me
at
off.
your sushi restaurant. Explore an ever-changing underwater world
Ooh,
to find the
giant sea
best
creatures.
ingredients and strive to exceed culinary
Jesus.
expectations.
Merman.
Dave the Diver launches first for consoles on the Nintendo Switch system October 26th. Pre-orders and a free demo swim onto Nintendo eShop.
Hey, I'll give the demo
today.
a try.
Yeah, for sure.
The final
All right.
wave is
Oh, here we go.
racing in.
Back
Final wave.
Here's a sneak peek at Wave 6, the final wave of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. From the Mario Kart Wii game, Daisy Circuit. More returning characters are also being added in Wave 6.
Diddy Kong,
From
baby.
the Mario Kart Double
Nice.
Dash game, Diddy Kong. From Mario Kart Wii, Funky Kong.
Oh, nice. Diddy and Funky. Very interesting.
Pauline got shafted.
From the Mario
Oh,
Kart Tour game,
oh,
she
they're adding
did it.
more than 2.
She would never. She wasn't about to
and
let that
also
happen.
Peachette. So they added 4 characters instead of 2. They subverted our expectations again.
Yeah.
Wave 6
Oh,
of the
Peachette's
Mario
just a
Kart 8
weird
Deluxe
choice.
Booster
Are they
Course
like
Pass
alts of each
DLC
other or
for the
something?
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game drives
Probably.
onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
That's a
Active
W.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus
That's a big
expansion
W.
pack members can
Yeah.
enjoy this DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own.
I want it. Give it to me now.
Something
Oh,
new
man.
is among us.
Among Us. Beachette confirmed. That's funny, King Frost.
Are they announcing a new map? I'm so curious
guess.
if they would be announcing for Among Us.
Among Us, it's the biggest trait. It's the biggest reveal of the direct. Oh.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
That's no good.
Are they no longer on a ship?
This is the original map. There's 4 maps currently in the game, I believe.
Yeah, actually, you're reminding me. So this is just a new map.
Yeah, I'm assuming the new map is this island. Yeah. So you got the
Oh,
crash
you
ship
got
and you
cooking.
got the island and stuff. Oh. So the vents are like the plants that eat you.
The fungal.
This new map
That
for
look
Among
cool.
Us
I
is
mean, I like
free
Among Us.
and launches this October.
I just.
course it's free, they're all free.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I don't play Among Us on
What?
Switch.
Thanks
I've
for
tried, it
sticking
doesn't
with
feel
us
good.
this far.
I mean, it's gonna. I assume
Oh,
that will
what's he gonna say?
be available
Next
on all
up,
platforms.
we'd like to recap some of the previously announced Nintendo titles you can look forward to playing from September onwards. Let's take a look.
You've been doing that the whole time.
Oh well. Okay. This is a little odd.
Yeah.
It's like this is the end of Switch.
I'm pretty sure that's all they're gonna talk about for Mario Wonder here. They're just showing it right there.
Oh, I
That's
hope
it.
you're right. Maybe just
The
to
direct's
kind of
almost over.
showcase.
Like after this, it's probably gonna be one more thing.
Yeah. Hey man, if they have one big reveal at the end,
We hope you're looking forward to these upcoming titles. This next video will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
next video, what's it gonna be? That's not Metroid.
Oh my god! I know what this is.
Oh, it's Paper Mario.
It's Paper Mario. But why? Is this the original Paper Mario remake? Or is this a no? This is not the original. This is
Thousand Year Door?
oh, Thousand Year Door. But I was so hyped I couldn't even remember the name. There's a Thousand Year Door remake. Oh my god! This is insane. It looks amazing.
Looks good.
Oh my gosh! Like, I played with a HD texture pack on an emulator, but this looks so much better than that.
Oh, this looks great, except my stream is
Oh
crashing.
my gosh! Dude! This is hype! This is the real game of the Direct. Oh my gosh!
Remake.
I don't
Good-looking
care.
remake.
This is... Like, other people were hyped for Super Mario RPG, I was hoping for this. I didn't think they would do it
Wow.
I mean, they're already remaking Super Mario RPG. This is blowing my mind. I can't even believe this is happening.
Wait, remember I talked about this a while ago. I don't expect it this soon, but
no, definitely not. Oh my gosh. I
can't wait.
I love everything about this. Bro, day one. Give it to me now, actually. Oh my gosh.
it looks
The
good.
best Mario RPG to ever exist.
Oh man, those visuals.
When?
Is it extra content?
No.
This was in the. I know this was in the original.
This is kind of spoilery. Just 2024? I see how it is. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, originally released on Nintendo GameCube, will return with enhanced graphics. Whether you played the original or have yet to play it, we hope you'll look forward to experiencing this adventure in a paper world starring Mario and friends.
It's good.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Alright, Metroid Prime 4 is definitely a cross-gen game.
100.
100%.
Maybe the Paper Mario game's also a cross-gen game.
If that's possible.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
Not that it couldn't run Switch though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm disappointed. I think my expectations were kind of in check this time.
I think I would be disappointed if we hadn't already realized that the Donkey Kong F-Zero games were gonna be what they were.
I was hoping they'd be a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, there was always that slight hope, but in the back of my mind, I knew, like, nah, it was going to be the 99 game and this Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, which is exactly what it was. The Untitled Princess Peach game, which is, what is that? What would they call that? Princess Peach Showtime or something? That surprised me by how
good.
I want to play that. Like Paper Mario, that's the big one for me, but right below that, that's that Untitled Peach game, which I didn't expect, because I didn't think that game was going to be that interesting, honestly. When I first saw it, I thought it was just going to be like a really like simple like kiddie game almost, which was really uncurrent Nintendo. Like, I don't know why I would expect that, but I thought maybe they were just throwing something out of left field. But it looks really fun.
Yeah. I'm just kind of processing everything.
Yeah.
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 Kelly Keel asked, why was there no Metroid? Because I think it's clear that Nintendo's saving Metroid for Switch 2. I think.
Also, we're not getting Metroid Prime 2 and 3 as any kind of big remaster now. I 100% don't believe that. I think they might end up dropping them before Prime 4 as small things. But
I think 2 and 3 come out early next year.
It's possible.
I think
honestly, I don't think they need to release 2 and 3, especially if they're not big remasters. Like, they don't have to do it, but it would be nice. It wouldn't be that hard, so why not? But they really don't need to. Like, Prime 1 kind of showcases the series good enough, and it's an actual almost remake in the engine of the new game. So I feel like that showcases everything you need for modern Metroid Prime going forward. But I mean, there's definitely people who are gonna want to see the story and things for 2 and 3.
I think 2
honestly,
and 3
like,
are coming.
I don't even want to play 2 that much because every time I see 2, it looks just super tedious and annoying.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play. I really want to play 3 though. 3 looks really good.
At this stage, I feel 2 and 3 are gonna get the Pikmin 1 and 2 treatment, where they'll come out
Right.
but they'll be announced after Prime 4 is showcased.
And that's definitely possible. Like what I'm saying, the only thing I don't expect is for them to come out as like with significant effort. At this point, with how like if they were gonna have significant effort for 2 and 3, they would announce 2 now.
Yeah,
I believe.
I think maybe some of the things are maybe a little disheartening. First of all, let me say that the announcements that we got are good. I think
Yeah.
all the announcements we got are good.
I'm coming away from this and I'm not worried or really. All I'm seeing is, yep, we're about a year before the
Bro,
Switch 2 release. That's what I'm
it's
seeing.
so Switch 2 so around the corner. Like I was making this
It
argument
is,
with
it's
the
so
June
obvious.
Direct, and people were mad at me for saying that the June Direct was suggesting something.
This is even more obvious.
This one is making even more obvious because Mario vs. Donkey Kong is a reimagining of a prior Mario vs. Donkey Kong. The Luigi HD it's an HD game of an old Luigi's Mansion game. The final big reveal of the show, albeit an exciting announcement, Thousand Year Door was one of my most requested remakes to come to Switch. So I'm very happy it's coming. It looks amazing, but it is a remake. That was the big reveal of the show.
Right.
That was the big reveal. So, like,
I mean, technically, we barely even knew anything about. We got a teaser for Princess Peach, so I kind of count that as a new game. It wasn't even titled. We didn't know hardly anything about that.
Well, yeah, we got a legitimate trailer
is.
with a release date. Yeah.
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 So that's if you want a new game, that was kind of the big
That
new
is
game
the
for
new
the
game.
Direct.
There is no other
Yeah.
new Nintendo game.
Right.
Can you think of one? Tetris 99, I guess. If you want to call that a new game.
You mean F-Zero 99?
But I call it Tetris, yeah. But F-Zero 99, but that's a 99 game.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing. And there was a lot of the third party in here. None of it big, exactly kind of predicted. Stuff take a long time to report, but are really good games. I'm really excited for the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 HD collection. It looked really nice. But
yes, I actually am really interested in that.
Nothing huge. A lot of HD 2D looking stuff. A lot of 2D games in general.
Yeah. I'm not like I'm trying to figure out like what am I gonna make videos on with this Direct. I don't even know.
One of their announcements was a museum. Well, it's not even a game.
No, I'm excited
and then they had
about
a segment day.
Yeah, I mean I think there's
we knew about.
I just want to be clear that I don't think there was bad announcements in this Direct. I think every announcement was good. There just wasn't any great. Well, I mean, the 1,000 Year Door was I would say it's pretty great, and then the Peach game looked good. But you know,
1,000 Year Door is a 10, 8 year hype.
F-Zero 99 is cool. It's not. It's not my Precious GX remaster, but
yeah.
All right, let's put a sure. BRX Orthotic. We can put a poll. Well, let's grade the Direct. What do you grade the Direct?
So every year and how we're grading content and the quality of how the content was portrayed. So
yeah,
both of those score fine.
Okay.
And then averaged out.
All right, so here we go. Because I want to get 4 options, so it's A, B, C, D, or worse. I do take how it's presented into account, and I think in terms of presentation, I think they did a good job. Like it felt fast paced. To be honest with you, I never really felt like the show was lagging. My stream was lagging, but the show itself wasn't. So I think they did a solid job of presenting the information. In terms of the announcements, like I think they also did a solid job of kind of giving us a lot of games to be excited about between now and the end of March, right? So we have consistent games to play and enjoy So
All the way up
from
until that Switch 2 announcement.
so those perspective, like from that perspective, I think Nintendo's actually doing good. So it's fine. Like the direct is fine. Maybe I can't give the direct an A. Like that I cannot give the direct an
Mm-mm.
A. There was nothing in the direct that was like, well, you got Thousand Year Door. Thousand Year Doors. It's pretty
Thousand
good.
Year Door and Princess
Yeah.
Peach were like the two
I
games
think
I
I
was
think the
actually like
thing
super
about
hyped
the
for.
Thousand Year Door reveal that kinda minimizes my excitement for it a little bit is that it was another Mario Universe game. And it just kind of feels like Nintendo shoving down our throats a whole bunch of Mario Universe games.
Yeah,
Because like
which makes
let's
sense.
just break it down, right? We're getting Mario Wonder in October, WarioWare is coming out, and then we're also getting Mario RPG. But then we're also getting Mario vs. Donkey Kong in February. We're getting the Peach
Yeah.
game in March. We have the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon game, and now we're getting this Paper Mario Thousand Year Door game. And for the
And
other Nintendo franchises, they announced F-Zero 99.
yeah.
Am I missing anything? They showcased
No,
Detective Pikachu again, I guess. They showed off Splatoon Side
screw
Order.
that
They
game.
announced the DLC. Well, they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
announce it.
yeah.
They
That's
showcased
nice.
it. So when I say that's really what I'm getting at. It just kind of it feels like they're just relying on Mario right now, Mario Universe, and so that's kind of where I'm a little like, all right, so another one.
They're really leaning into the Mario
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. And that's what kind of bothers me because because otherwise I think I'd be more excited for Thousand Year Door if there was a little bit more of a balance, and there isn't. Granted, Thousand Year Door is very different from a lot of those things. You could argue it's somewhat similar to Mario RPG because they're
Yeah.
they're
Well,
Mario RPGs.
I
But
mean, for me personally, this is my favorite RPG from like ever. I mean, maybe Xenoblade Chronicles, the original, might be better, but in terms of Mario RPGs, for sure, this is the best one in my opinion. By like, it's not even close. it's up far and above my favorite Mario RPG and probably my favorite Mario themed game in general. So like the fact that this is coming back, I don't care when. Like I've been waiting for this game to be remade in some fashion for forever. This is like a very special game to me too.
Thousand Year Door is special. Yeah, I know you're big on it. Yeah, I wish we had a date, but it's fine. The date will come later. It's
Yeah.
I think they just said 2024, right? They didn't give us like
Yeah. They just said 2024.
the Luigi's Mansion game. They said summer.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That may
very.
suggest that Switch 2 isn't summer. Switch 2 could be late summer.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think it's summer
Yeah.
anyways.
I don't know.
I mean,
like,
unless it's August is like the earliest I could
do
see,
you
and that's like
think?
I mean September is still technically summer for a lot of it, but
Do you think that? Actually, let me check the super chat here because I think it's relevant. Karen Buckley, thank you for the super chat. Karen says, "This felt like a end of the generation direct."
oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
There really wasn't
Yeah.
anything. I mean, this is exactly the
Yeah.
kind of stuff I predicted. Like there wasn't anything big that looked like super AAA high budget. We didn't see that from third parties either. We saw good stuff, but we didn't see anything that was like a 4 to 6 year project or anything like that, right? Maybe the Untitled Princess Peach game could have taken a couple years, but most of those games probably only have a like 1 to 3 year development cycle, I'd imagine, for a lot of the games in the show. So very small budget stuff, nothing wacky, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's just it was their B tier efforts, in terms of budget, but that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. I mean, like, I would say Kirby and the Forgotten Land is more of a high B in terms of like budget, and that's one of my favorite Switch games and one of my favorite games that came out that year. And Princess Peach game looks like it could be just as fun and creative as that game, so I might enjoy it just as much. So, B-tier games, they get hard. I don't need every game to cost a bajillion dollars and take a million years to make. I have way too much content. It's not actually good.
It's interesting. I'm just looking at the chat, right? I'm looking at the poll, listening to what you're saying, and it's clear that people are very down on this direct. At least in
I haven't seen the poll because I haven't voted. I'm
at
not
least
sure what
in
I
our
want to
little
do
bubble,
yet.
right?
Right.
And what's interesting is that I was more down on the June direct than this one, and more people.
Same.
I was on the downside, right? Like I felt like the June direct was a C, and a lot of people were saying it was
we
a
both
B.
voted C.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at least B for this one.
You're thinking at least B. I guess it just based off because for you your expectations were low, and I think that's kind of what mine were as well. Like I had lower expectations for this direct.
I mean, some of the stuff they showed off is really cool. Like Nintendo's coming out and doing things that you wouldn't necessarily expect them to do, like Super Mario RPG, this Untitled Princess Peach game, it's the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake. These are all kind of things like we would really hope for, but they're not necessarily guaranteed. Like these are like fan favorite things that Nintendo's, they're throwing us a bone because they don't need to come up with anything that's gonna be super mainstream, so they can do some really cool stuff for a little more of a niche audience sometimes, and that's fine. And I think they're catering to the hardcore Nintendo fan base, keep us entertained while not having to, dip their, really break the bank to make these games either. And they're giving us stuff that we've been crying about for years. I mean, they're finally actually doing something new with F-Zero, even if it's not technically a new game. I mean, it pretty much is.
I guess
and that's
the problem.
that's the most we've gone in a long time.
I guess the problem is that I think this kind of content is fine for the Switch. It definitely reminds me of those last 3 years of 3DS, where it's mostly remakes and remasters. It's very clear now, right? Like if you went by the numbers from the June direct, it was still clear, but maybe just looking at it wasn't super painfully clear. But just looking at this one, it's not really debatable because the only new game
literally
is
compare
Peach.
the type of games. Like they did two at end of 3DS they did two Mario RPG remakes. It was Bowser's Inside Story, and there was another one before then.
Yeah.
And now they're doing two on Switch. They did Luigi's Mansion. That was a remake. This is a remaster of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. But there's so many comparisons that you can make with games that are so similar.
The 3DS games we got in the last 3 years. And when I go over that lineup, you're like, that seems a lot like what the Switch, kind of like the Switch comps for this time. It's very similar. I'm getting to it. I'm scrolling through everything. Maybe I'll screen share. Screen sharing is probably a better idea. All right, okay, so let me share it with you guys. One moment. Yeah. All right, so you look here, right? This is a list of all Nintendo published titles from the 3DS era. So let's go to 2016. That was the year before Switch.
Real quick, I just voted. I voted B, by the way, in the poll. Wow, people are down the direct.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you guys are not happy.
Yeah, people are mad at you for being positive, actually.
Oh no.
Yeah. But anyway, starting at 2016, Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, Fire Emblem Fates, Mario and Sonic, Hyrule Legends, Barely Second, Disney Art Academy, Story Seasons, Kirby Planet Robobot, I don't even Cold Set Revolt, I don't even know what that is, Tay Together, Rhythm Heaven, Mega Mix, Prime Federation Force, Style Savvy, Picross 3D, Dragon Quest, Yokai Watch, Disney World, Mario Party Star Rush, Sun and Moon, Mario Maker for 3DS, Momotaro, I don't even know. So like that was the last year of 3DS before Switch. And what you can see from that is there's a lot of remakes and remasters and just a few brand new Nintendo games, and some of them are kind of disappointing, like Prime Federation Force. So
Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
right, like if you want to compare the last year of 3DS to the last year of Switch, I would say the last year of Switch is definitely a lot better.
Oh
right?
yeah. I mean,
like,
this is gonna be the best last year of any Nintendo console.
Yeah, like, I mean, we got Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Wonder, Metro Prime remastered, Pikmin 4. You know, we're getting WarioWare and Mario RPG. Like, definitely
Well,
the
I'm
last
just
year of Switch is
meaning-
way better than the last year of 3DS, I would say. It's not even
Yeah.
close.
Well, I'm not even just counting this calendar year, right? I'm counting like the whole whenever it launches, that a year back.
I mean, the Switch.
I mean they got good stuff all the way up until when we think they're gonna announce the system. They seem to be. I mean, nothing huge, but again, there's good stuff, and the hype's gonna keep going all the way through like we've never seen before.
But now look at 2017, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World remaster port down. It's like a
downgrade, yeah.
Yeah. Story of Seasons. I don't. It's okay. Mario Party Sport Superstars. That's that's a.
That was the thing.
Fire Emblem Echoes remake. Ever Oasis, Miitopia, Hey Pikmin. Samus Returns is a really good remake, but a remake. Yokai Watch, Mario remake. Monster Hunter Stories, remake. Mario Party is a remake compilation. Ultra Sun and Moon. That's Style Savvy, Kirby Battle Royale, Detective Pikachu, Sushi Striker, Captain Toad Treasure. That's a demake. WarioWare Gold. I think that's also a remake compilation.
Luigi's Mansion remake.
It's a demake. Remake. Demake. When I say demakes, it's because it was made for a prior, more powerful system, and they made a
story.
Version for 3DS.
That's what I was just mentioning earlier.
So if you look at this, right, it's almost 50% of the games that came out between 2017 and 2019 were remakes and remasters, and the other games were like not as hype kind of games, you know.
Kirby's Epic Yarn is a Wii port.
The what?
Kirby's Epic Yarn was one of the last games that came out for 3DS.
It was a
Wii
demake.
port.
Yeah, exactly. So
is it a demake? I mean, I guess depending on which version of 3DS you're
3DS,
on, it could be
3DS
a
is
demake.
Weaker than Wii, so
I
would call that a demake. But yeah, so you look at that stuff and you compare it to what we're getting from these last few directs. Like, I think the situation's very, very similar. Lots of remakes and remasters. Better. It's better. Like the Switch era is way better, right? Way better.
Yeah.
And just for the record, you look at the Wii U, right? It wasn't like you could say, oh, but Nintendo's making it for both. Yeah, but there wasn't that many Wii U games in the last year either. So it's not like this lineup's much better if you also account for Wii U stuff. Point being, I think Nintendo's doing a better job of transitioning over than the past. Like, we're getting games almost every month. They're fun games to play. Like, it's not like we don't have things to play, but it is also clear to me that this is the transitional period of time, right? Like, there is no big ambitious Nintendo games. Everything's kind of being made by smaller development efforts. And I said this before, and people get mad at me. It's like, oh, how dare you like mock Mario Wonder? How dare you mock the Peach game? I'm not mocking them. But Mario Wonder and the Peach game are not as expensive to make as Metroid Prime 4 or a 3D Donkey Kong game. They may sell better because, there's that. And actually, if anything, if you want to argue, if you're kind of wondering why it feels like Nintendo's kind of just doing a whole bunch of Mario Universe games and they're sort of shying away from anything else, you can make the argument that because thanks to the Mario Bros. Movie, what's going to sell the most, make a lot of money, and also appeal to an audience that doesn't necessarily care about Switch 2 is a lot of Mario Universe games. So
yeah,
it's definitely like the most fiscally responsible, strategic games to come out during this period of time. Because everyone's going to buy Mario Wonder. They don't care. Like, your Switch 2 isn't going to impact Mario Wonder sales really, you know.
No.
So I mean, that's really just what we're looking at, right? Like this was the direct that I think most people are gonna finally start to accept that we're in the transition phase. A lot of people didn't want to accept it with the June direct, but this one I think it makes it pretty clear. And I'm sure someone in the comments is like, "You're an idiot! How dare you say that?" You're wrong, but that's fine. We can disagree. That's okay. And that said, I don't want to be all doom and gloom because again, we have games to play. There are fun games. I'm gonna play Tetris 99 today. I wonder if we should do that. I don't think I'll stream it. I don't think so. I don't know. I'll get back to you guys on what I'm doing for the day. I'm not even sure what video I'm gonna make. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. I was hoping we would have gotten something that would have been a good game to like do a trailer analysis for. Maybe I could dig deeper into the Peach game.
Yeah, the Peach game.
Were you gonna say that or something else?
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I might, if I have time, I'll try to work on. I want to see
You could do Luigi's Mansion graphics comparison.
Well, also I want to do Paper Mario.
Oh no, we should do that. I think we should prioritize the Paper Mario one, and if we have time, we'll do the Luigi one after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Much more interested in Paper Mario anyways. I already did a little bit of looking into Luigi's Mansion, though I didn't make a video on it.
Yeah.
You did include the data in the video, though.
Yeah. Samuel talks about games with a super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Samuel asks, when do you think Switch 2 is coming based on the Direct? This can be a video idea as well. Maybe that'll be my video idea. I was kind of thinking maybe I should just pivot to Switch 2 stuff because there's just not anything that I want to make like a big theory video on, like because none of it's new stuff except for Peach.
Yeah,
everything is already games that already existed. So what should I make theories on? So that's right. Kind of the challenging part for me as a content creator. I guess I probably should start looking deeper into the Peach game. But to answer your question, Sam, I actually, before this Direct, I was thinking Switch 2 would be showcased in March. And like announced in March officially. But I almost feel like it might be announced sooner now.
Really? Why?
I
feel like this is all leading up to March.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't date anything past March.
One game for April, but it was small. I mean, most of the games are small. No, it feels like they were just filled up their lineup mostly until the Switch 2 announcement. A little bit of stuff after then.
But this is
what we got 3 games. That April game, Sidor is coming sometime in the summer. It's not really a game, but
the other thing is that
Paper Mario.
Something else to consider, right? With the Luigi game and the 1,000-Year Door game, there are going to be Switch games coming out even when Switch 2 is out. So it's possible that 1,000-Year Door game will come out after Switch 2's release. Because I just showed you guys the lineup of 3DS games in its last few years. Switch came out 2017, but 3DS was getting games until 2019. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are games like the Luigi's Mansion HD, like Luigi's Mansion 2 and the 1,000-Year Door. Like I think those kind of games will be coming out for another year or two on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that at the latest, Switch 2 is going to be revealed this March. That's so if there's anything that's kind of changed from me watching this Direct, it's that I now think that the very latest Switch 2 is going to be showcased as March. As before, I was like, it's just March. Now I'm like for sure by March, but I'm open to the idea of it happening sooner now. That's what this Direct changed for me. Like I was actually, I'll say this. not me. The more and more I think on it, I think this direct. I don't want to. Is disappointing. Disappointing the right word? I guess I am minorly disappointed because I was hoping there would be at least one like brand new title, and there wasn't one brand new title. So that's kind of where I sort of stand with that, I guess. Now, something else I want to consider, because I've talked about this rule that I've seen applied with the prior September Direct. So there will be kind of 4 announcements about games coming out next year, right? So, and I assume that 2 of those would be updates on Luigi's Mansion and the Peach game. So it's correct on that. Another one was Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and another one was with a 1,000-Year Door game. Is there another Nintendo published title that we got a major update on for next year? I don't count DLC. I think the answer is no.
I don't think so.
So what that would mean is that rule that I've been talking about the last few weeks held true. We got updates on 4 major Nintendo titles for 2024. I can't think of anything else. There's some third-party stuff, but not, Nintendo published stuff. So if you exclude DLC, that held true. It held true, that little factoid. So for the last 3 September Directs, it's kind of like expect 4 announcements for the next year. That's what we got.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That held true. It's just one of them was Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the other one was 1,000-Year Door. So we basically, the 4 games that were kind of talked about for next year are all Mario Universe games. Yeah. So anyways, to tell you guys what my grade for the Direct is, I understand why some people are saying D or worse. I don't think that's fair. But I am going to say I'm teetering on B, but I think I'm gonna say C.
I voted B.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Maybe I'm being swayed because I see the popular vote is C. I want to fall in line with the C vote, but it's my reasoning for the C grade.
Man, there's so many people just putting Fs in the chat. Yeah. Like, how could it have been that bad?
Well, if you don't
care about
if you don't care about Mario Universe stuff and you were hoping for something more ambitious than F-Zero 99, then
I guess you don't care about Mario Universe. You don't care about third parties at all.
Yeah, if you want something Zelda, nothing Zelda.
Nothing Zelda. I already knew nothing Zelda was gonna happen.
Even for people that were prepared to not see Prime 4, a lot of us thought we would get at least Prime 2, right? So another thing to consider, the Jeff Grubb rumors.
I never really cared about Prime 2 though.
Jeff Grubb stuff is like nothing. Like I something about Jeff Grubb's rumors, I think what we have to take into account with those is that the timing is always way off. So it's not that Jeff Grubb is wrong. I just think that, the Prime 2... First of all, he didn't tell us when we get the Prime 2 thing. He just said soon. Soon is a very relative term. Prime 2 could be in the February Direct, right? So, but also we were supposed to get some sort of Zelda announcement. I think that there will be a Direct of some kind early next year. And that will be when we get some other kind of announcements like that. Carly's saying your takes are backwards. Are you talking about my takes, given that it's my show? What take?
Probably.
Explain it to me. I want to know what take you think is backwards. I'm pretty sure I disagree, and I bet I can explain why. But I want to see why.
Yeah, for sure. I'm seeing people upset on Twitter about the characters that were announced for Mario Kart 8. Like, what? Like, Peach, that's kind of a weird choice, but other than that...
Hold on. All right, so Carly said earlier, you guys gave the June Direct a C, and those Mario Universe games were announced there. Not Mario vs. Donkey Kong, not Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door.
Also, we didn't really know anything about the Princess Peach game. I had no idea what that even was. It was just cool, there's a game, it has Princess Peach. That's all we knew.
So, and also, you're looking at it from just one perspective. Brandon already explained earlier that we're assessing this on multiple metrics. One metric is the pace of the direct, and the pace of this direct, I would say, is actually better than most directs. It was consistent, like every announcement flowed into the other consistently. Like there were times I was confused if it was the same trailer for a prior game or not. And while that may have offered some level of confusion when they show the title, I think it makes it clear. It made the direct. I didn't feel there wasn't a point in direct where I was like, oh, this is boring. And I think that says a lot, right? That to me improves the score for the direct for me. But what kind of keeps it at a C, is just maybe the lack of variety. I could I'm teetering on B though. Like I am teetering because then something else that I use as a metric for like directs is just them giving us a lineup of games to be excited about for what they promise, right, for the next few months. And we do have that, right? We have some quality third-party stuff in January. We have Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which does look fun to me in February. And the Peach game looks really good. I actually am excited for the Peach game. I think the Peach game is a little bit of a big deal in March. Like, I'm excited for that.
Usually with directs, I have two different scores, right? I have the score of how I feel like Nintendo did for like the general audience. And then I have the score of how I feel for myself. And I feel like they're both the same, oddly enough, this time. They're both Bs. I feel like they had games, pretty good job of getting a good amount of games that a lot of people would like. I mean, there's a lot of Mario-type games, but they're all very, very different games. Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario are a little more similar, but most of them are very different.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of third-party and indie stuff that looked good. And personally, like the amount of games that I'm actually interested in was higher than the June Direct. Like there were barely any games that I knew for sure. Like the Princess Peach game, I was like, maybe I'll be interested. I have no idea. But this one, there's more games that I'm actually like, yeah, I know for certain, 100%, I'm buying these day one. Like I'm buying the Princess Peach game day one. Buying Paper Mario day one. I think there's a couple other ones I wanted to buy day one. But yeah, there's just games I want to play, and usually there's there's games I'm interested in. There's not games that I know for sure, like I have to buy this.
Yeah, Nintendo Prime in the chat. I've never felt more confident Switch 2 is coming sooner than later than I am right now. Yeah, I mean, so the Direct to me makes it very painfully clear that an announcement it needs to come soon. Hey, but this is Appel Prime. I'll say I'm now sold Metro Prep 4 is coming to Switch 2 after Switch 2 launches either exclusively or cross-gen. I won the cross-gen argument. Kinda. Yep. But I wish we had saw Prime 4 in this Direct. That would have made it better. Yeah, I'm giving this Direct a C. And yeah,
I'm sticking with B.
I'm giving it a C. It's a C for me, which is the most popular vote. I think that's fair. I think it could have been a B if they had a little bit more variety.
I like how there's people just dunking me on in the chat like I'm not allowed to have an opinion. So how he really thinks this was a B? It's like, guys, it's okay. Like the world's not gonna end because I like this Direct more than you did.
Yeah, Lalito Ferez Manito saying Brandon making Andres lose subscribers. I mean, first of all, Brandon's opinion.
If you unsubscribe because I have an opinion, that's just pathetic.
That's not but that's Brandon's opinion.
That's Brandon's yeah, it's not opinion. Even his opinion. It's my opinion.
That's his opinion. It's not mine. So I think you should be able to voice your opinion. And that's if you disagree, you disagree. So I think it's fair. Anyway, I'll stick with the C grade. I think that's fair.
I can also see C. D, I kind of have a hard time seeing. I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
C, I see for sure. I can see that.
And I guess where I'm kind of thinking, like where I'm hesitant, right? I'm like thinking, man, like, why am I grading it this low? Because they did a lot of things right that I would expect from a Direct. They gave us a consistent lineup of games. The Direct was well presented, and I think it just comes down to I need big hype games. Like if there aren't big hype games, like that kind of takes it away from me. Right, and then I guess you could argue 1,000 Year Door is a big hype game. It's a big hype remake. I am excited for it, but a little bit of the wind has been taken out of the sail because it's another Mario Universe game. Like, I want a little bit more of a
Yeah.
balance, right? Like I want a little bit
I
more of a balance.
understand
We
that.
just didn't get that balance. So I'm just gonna say C. You know, that's fine. C, okay, C's get
Yeah.
degrees, right? Like a C is a passing grade.
I will tell
So
you, if I didn't know that the Donkey Kong game was gonna be Mario versus Donkey Kong and the F-Zero was gonna be F-Zero 99, this would be a D or C for me with that level of disappointment. But I already knew going in that they weren't gonna probably be like the games I thought, so
Yeah.
it was fine.
yeah, that's the other thing, Brandon. I think you and our expectations were a little tempered, right? Like because
We
we
had our
already talked
expectations in
about
check.
how we kind of think that we are in the wind down period for Switch, right? So we were kind of somewhat expecting this, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I was expecting at least one more big brand new title, and they didn't do that. I do in general tend to hold new games in higher regard than DLC and remakes.
Oh yeah,
So
that's fair.
yeah. But Thousand Year Door is it's a really good remake. It's a really good remake. So I don't want to
Oh yeah,
devalue Thousand Year Door. Like that is
that
we've
definitely
been
brings the
wanting.
direct up a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
For me it was annoying because I see the star book and I'm like,
Dude,
like
as soon
it's
as I
another
saw it, I
Mario
heard the
thing.
music start, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I know what this is, and I can't believe it's happening."
Yeah, you were speechless.
Dude, I thought when they were just gonna do like HD texture pack for the game or something, because I didn't think the game really needed to like be redone. But the new style they chose, it just looks so good.
Yeah. Nintendo Prime's right though. Prime says, "I don't want to hear that his likes mean nothing anymore." His likes meant
Yeah.
everything.
They really did.
Really did. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't and in terms of the asking about the closing direct, he just didn't want to spoil the last reveal.
Thank God.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the poll, we got 238 votes on the poll. And C is the winning grade at 38%. I think I'm ready to end the poll. I'm ending the
Yeah, that
poll.
seems fair.
But I guess I'll ask you guys one more question, right? Because it is clear that most people are a little down on this direct.
A little.
What one announcement? I want you guys in the chat, right? And if you're watching this after the fact in the comments, do so as well. But what was one game that they could have shown in the direct, and one game they could have not shown in the direct that would have made this direct be at least one grade higher for you? Like sub out one game and add one you would have preferred. Do that. I'm very curious what you guys have to think. Brandon, is there anything in your mind that you could have swapped out that would have upped the grade of this direct? One game. Take one game out and add one game instead.
It's one game. Trying to think of what would be the most impactful for me personally.
You gotta take out a game though.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that as well. I think I would probably swap the Mario and Donkey versus Donkey Kong game for just an actual Donkey Kong game. That's what I would swap. That would bring it up to an A. I mean, I don't. It would be at least, yeah. I guess that would bring it up to an A. I don't know if there's one game that would bring it up to a B because I'm like barely in B, right? So
Okay.
like it's like just hanging on to B by like just grasping on the bottom of it, right? It's like almost a B minus. So I don't know if there's a single game that
let
would bring
me
it
let
up.
me re-specify because Sakulan provides a good point. Take out one of the random RPGs. I just mean amongst the Nintendo published titles, sub out one Nintendo published title for another hypothetical Nintendo published title, because it would be very easy to just take out one of the random RPGs that there's so many of them that would make it way a lot easier.
Mango with
Yeah.
Keys, you're gonna make me cry. It's just like Paper Mario for Metroid Prime 2. Like, no. No.
Thousand Year Door is like arguably the most hype announcement of the direct. So
Yeah,
and Prime
and Metroid
2,
Prime 2 is just like probably just a more basic remaster.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't think Prime 2 is going to be as remastered as Prime 1.
Yeah. Whereas Paper Mario is
Yeah,
a full remake.
but it would improve the variety. I guess I kind of agree with your take,
Mm.
Brandon, that if we have to sub out something, Mario versus Donkey Kong maybe makes the most sense. That or the
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion HD. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
the,
They did
actually,
not need to see that game
no,
again.
I would sub out Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon HD because it was already announced in the prior direct. We already knew it was coming, and they showed it in this direct, but it doesn't even have a release date. It's just like sometime in summer. So they could have given us another trailer for that sometime next year, and no one would have been worried about it because like, oh, okay, they're just gonna show it again later. So
Well, we're talking about subbing out things, but I'm wondering how much beyond, like, up till March that they actually have beyond what they talked about. Like, I doubt there's, like, they're going to announce many more games for that period beyond now.
you mean beyond March?
No,
I'm confused.
up till March, which is mainly what they talked about.
Oh yeah, I don't think we're getting any more. Like,
Yeah.
I think our lineup until March has been set.
So, like,
Yeah.
talking about Luigi's Mansion, I don't think that. I mean, they could have talked about something later in the year, but I feel
Right.
like
Right.
that's the problem is they can't. They can't because they have Switch 2 coming out, and that affects everything. So I feel like Luigi's Mansion might have been one of the only options they had. So like, we gotta show something, because I feel like I feel like we're thinking, oh, we can take out a game and add another game, but I don't think there is another game to add in that place.
So
is what
are
I'm
you
saying. Like,
thinking
I
about it from the
think,
perspective of Nintendo marketing, like what they have the
yeah,
option to showcase?
yeah,
Yeah, okay, so that's a good consideration, right? Because if we just put in a hypothetical dream game that doesn't exist, that's easy. So I mean, I think you guys know what I'm gonna do. Like, I would sub like if the to offer the most significant amount of impact to improve the overall grade for the direct, I would sub out Luigi's Mansion because that's not new. We already knew it was coming, right? It doesn't even have a set release date yet. Sub that out, and I'd put in Metroid Prime 4. A teaser for that. Which, even if it is a cross-gen Switch 2 kind of big thing, you can still tease it without
yeah.
specifying what platforms it's releasing on. It's still going to be a Switch game. And I think that would have improved the direct a lot overall. I think because it's one less Mario Universe title, right? It's already in it's more new stuff, right? Because the Luigi game we already knew about. So I think that would have had the most impact, and that would have at least made the direct a B for me. Potentially, would it shoot the direct all the way up to an A? You sub out one game we know about for another. Depends how good that teaser is, but yeah, that would improve the letter grade for me.
The thing is, like, sometimes for a direct, all I need is like 1 to 3 games that I know I really want to play. Because a lot of times I don't get that in a direct. I'll be like, there's games I could play, but it's not really games I'm like, I really need to get this. In this direct, there was actually there was a couple games where I'm like, yeah, buying this day one for sure, not missing this.
Yeah.
So it was fine for me.
Maybe I should ask you guys in the chat what I should make a video about. I'm trying to figure out what I should do. Maybe it'll be Metroid Prime 4, Switch 2. I'm not sure. The Peach analysis, maybe I'll spend more time on it. It'll come out tomorrow. Because I'm thinking about making a video today. I guess is my point. And then the Peach analysis might take more time. Super Metroid. How is it going to be the January February direct if Switch 2 is being revealed this March? When this September direct felt so empty? Well, I'll point out. Yesterday I made a video talking about how this might be.
I feel like you can't argue that this direct felt empty. You might argue that the games did not interest you, but you cannot say that this direct was empty, my friend, because there are a lot of games coming out.
Well, it just games that they weren't interested in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't say it's empty. You can say for sure, 100%. These aren't games I'm not interested in. Cool. Most of them I wasn't interested in either. But you can't say it's empty. There's tons of quality games releasing. You just don't care about them. Which is fine.
I'm going to ask you guys what I should make a video on. Yeah. Sam thinks I should make a video on Switch 2. BRX Athletic thinks I should do a Peach analysis. I think I'll do both at some point this week for sure. It's just a question of what I do today. I think the Peach analysis will require a little bit more time. So, King Frost. No Metroid 4 news update or teaser is beyond wild at this point. At least give it the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and give us an update on the game progression. Felipe Horvath. Andre's deception face is hilarious. I wish I knew what you were referring to. I do make a lot of weird facial expressions, though.
Man, people are
Man.
like
Man.
visceral with the chat. Like,
Brandon,
my
I think
gosh.
maybe you just need a good talking to. Timbermaniac here says
I-
anyone who claims the direct was a B needs to consult their personal physician. I mean,
yeah, people are going hard.
well, I want to point out.
I like the people who call me a fanboy. That's hilarious.
I want
to
to point out that 21% of the 238 votes is 20. Like, no, listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I disagree with the notion that, you know, someone is, there's something wrong with someone for having an opinion, right?
For sure.
That said, Brandon, you are wrong. I'm just kidding.
That being said, you're factually incorrect.
Anyway, all right.
I'll say I'm not in the
majority.
Popular opinion.
That's
fine. Yeah, the
fine.
majority.
That's fine. Yeah. All right. So, what should be the video today? I could probably make a quick video today. Metroid Prime 4. I might cobble to get ideas together. So whatever the result of this poll is, do not assume that that's what's actually going to happen, right? I'm just kind of using this to kind of get a gauge of what you guys want.
While you're writing that up, I'm going to be back 1 second.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I want to introduce 4 video ideas and see which wins in the poll. I got 3 so far. Metroid Prime 4 is cross-gen. Switch 2 reveals coming soon. Peach Showtime analysis. I only got 3 video ideas from this direct. The graphics analysis. There's gonna be Brand's gonna work on a graphics analysis for 1000 Year Door, which will come out probably in a few days. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of a 4th video idea. I can't think of one.
Okay. List the ones you have already.
Metroid Prime 4 is cross-gen. Switch to reveal coming soon. Peach Showtime analysis. F099 hype.
Yeah. F099 means new F-Zero coming later? Or just new F-Zero thing? I think it does. I 100% believe that this 99 game is to hype up a remaster or a new game or something bigger for F-Zero. Like, this isn't the only thing Nintendo's doing with F-Zero.
Yeah, thing is, I don't know how many people will be interested in an F-Zero video. I'm about to put up the poll. I'm just trying to figure out like a 4th option. F-Zero. Why F099? I don't know. Maybe I should just do an F099 stream and just not make a video today. Alright, well, so what would I say about the F-Zero video? Okay, what's going on with F-Zero? Alright, maybe that would be... Okay. Nintendo's plan for F-Zero. Maybe that's what I would... I'm kind of like workshopping titles for this. Alright, so there's a poll. I want to point out that I'll probably get to these ideas, all of them at one point or another, right? It's just kind of like what comes first. And I'm putting this poll knowing that I probably won't, no matter not come out with the Peach Showtime analysis today. Well, I don't know. If it's like a massive, if everyone massively votes for Peach Showtime, then maybe I would somehow force myself to get it done today, but it would come out late. Yeah. I'm watching the poll. I'm curious. What you guys want to see most. It's interesting. So right now, Switch 2 reveal coming soon is winning pretty strongly, actually. So yeah, I think that's probably the winner. It's in the high 40s right now, mid 40s. Oscar Vibes, there's more hype around F-Zero than Peach. Not according to the poll. So that's tough. Excuse me. And part of me kind of like is debating, do I combine the Switch 2 and Metroid Prime 4 topics into one video? It's something else I'm kind of considering, because I think they're very closely related.
Yeah.
They're very closely related. So that yeah. I think I remember when the June Direct came out, and I made a video saying that the June Direct proves that Switch 2 is coming soon. Not everyone liked that one. But this video would be a very similar thing, but it would be more relevant because it's definitely sooner now. Although it's interesting, Brandon, looking at the poll, the Metroid Prime 4 one is not that far off from Switch 2.
I accidentally closed the poll and I can't seem to bring it back up. Oh, there we go. I gotta vote on something.
This may just be deciding like the video order. Like maybe I do like Switch 2 today, Prime 4 tomorrow, Peach analysis. Oh well, the thing is today's Thursday already.
It's broken for me. Hold on. There we go.
Devin Lyons asks, do you think Nintendo's done with Zelda remakes and ports?
No?
No. Yeah, I agree. They're not done. Kieran Buckley, your June Direct hinting at next gen video was true. I'm glad you think so.
I mean, all the rumors and leaks and everything seems to just suggest that.
Yeah, Wilberforce Booster, no one will disagree with you now.
Everybody's free to disagree with us at any point. There's always somebody who's going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
Even if you're factually correct.
Yeah. No matter what.
Not saying that we are.
Right. It's just the point. The point being, just like even if you were 100% factually correct, there's always gonna be someone that'll disagree. Totally. Sam talks about games. Asked me, what if Switch 2 is announced this year? I think it's possible.
I'm not expecting that at all.
I think it's possible. I'm not sure I expect it either, but I think it's possible. I'm more open to the idea now than I was before the Direct.
I'm less open.
Yeah.
Honestly, like...
Yeah,
I don't know. This kind of confirmed in my mind the March date for the real, honestly. But whatever.
It's
either way. I mean, I would like to get it announced earlier. That'd be hype. Give it to me right now. Release it tomorrow.
Is saying combine that idea for sure. Hard not to do both in the same breath. Both ideas being Metroid Prime 4 and Switch 2. Yeah. And the thing is, the vote is very close. Prime 4 is kind of catching up a little bit. I think what it is that Peach Showtime and F-Zero are sort of stealing votes away from the others. It's actually interesting. The F-Zero video has taken over Peach. Like Peach Showtime analysis is the less requested right now. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to decide is, how do I combine the Prime and Switch 2? Obviously, I can do it in a discussion. I'm just thinking about how I like title and brand it, right? Like, so people understand what I'm talking about. I have to think about that. That's my job. so I'm not sure. But it's interesting because the polls it's literally split even.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
35-35 for Metroid and Switch
15-15 for the other two.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, maybe I should.
4 is going up.
I should combine the Peach and F-Zero into one video. I don't know how I do that, but yeah, that's a twisted
They're just
one.
super related, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously the Peach game is like one of the stages is F-Zero 99. Like that's what it is. Yeah. I think I know. I think I'm gonna combine the Metroid and Switch 2 videos. I just need to think about how I brand it, but hopefully I don't screw that up. I probably will. Anyway, you guys will understand. But is there anything else, Brand, you want to talk about before we end the stream? Guys, is there anything else you want me to kind of talk about now for a little bit? Just at me in the chat, and I'll get to it before we close out.
I don't think so. I mean, we didn't really talk again ever about the Mario Kart 8 stuff that we saw. What did you think about the new characters? 'Cause I've seen some people on Twitter actually kind of like either upset or just think it's just weird. I think Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, and Pauline makes sense. And Peachette's kind of an odd choice, but it's fine.
This is an opinion thing, right? Where I just don't see how you can be upset. Like
we got 2 more characters than we thought.
Right, exactly. There was 2 spots, and they gave us 4.
Initially, we weren't supposed to get any new characters.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that everyone expected that it was gonna be Diddy Kong and Pauline. We got them, but then also Funky Kong, a fan favorite, and Peachette. I guess maybe the Peachette one, as you just alluded to, Brandon, maybe that's a little bit of a head scratcher. But I wonder if it's just kind of like since they added Pauline, they figured they would add something that's similar to Pauline. So Peachette, they added Diddy Kong, something similar to Diddy Kong.
Yeah, they had 2 males, 2 females.
2 Kongs and 2 princesses.
That too.
Yeah.
It's another way to classify 2 humans, 2 not humans.
Yeah. Diddy Kong's a girl. That's a joke. Diddy Kong is not a girl. Yeah. Pepe Johnsones. Metroid Prime 4 bundle for Switch 2. Maybe.
Oh, bundle actually. I doubt there would be many bundles at like launch. So.
Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do for the video. I don't think I should say it out loud because it's kind of like revealing, before it's there. But I think Brandon, I'm gonna send you a message on Discord, and I want you to tell me if you think this is gonna slap, right?
Yeah. Still typing, okay. Okay.
What do you think?
Okay. I see potential. I see potential for sure.
Sounds like you want me to workshop it.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. Well, we'll have to talk about it when we're not live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These video senses are tinkling.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a little scared about the title because the title feels a little clickbaity. It's not false. It's true. It's just some people may...
Yeah.
It's
up for...
It's...
I mean, the word you chose is... what's the word? There's a specific type of word that it is, but, it's not concrete time.
It's a relative term.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So,
relative term.
Depending on how someone interprets that relative term, they may get very angry. Like, oh, how dare you? How dare you say it's next week? I didn't say it was next week. I didn't say that. But, Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end the poll because we're ending the video, the live stream.
Right.
All right. So I'm waiting for the poll to pop up. Poll's not popping up. That's good to know.
I see it.
I don't.
Oh.
That's odd. I don't know why I don't see. I'm gonna refresh. That'll help me.
The results are different than what it said right before you closed it, though. That's odd,
Last minute votes.
I guess.
Oh, that's what I expected. All right, so here are the result. Here's the result of the poll. What should be the video today? At 14%, Peach Showtime analysis. Man, you guys make you think maybe I shouldn't even make the video. At 16%, Nintendo planned for S0. At 32%, Metro Prime 4 is cross-gen. At 35%, Switch 2 reveal coming soon.
I mean, that's not surprising. Your Switch 2 videos have been doing well. People are interested in Switch 2, so makes sense.
I gotta.
Switch 2's a big thing for
It's
me
good
too.
data to think about. The other thing is, I bet the Peach video will do well, but it'll just it won't do well immediately. It's gonna reach a different audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Super Metroid asks, do you think we're getting ports of Metro Prime 2 and 3 in 2024? I do. Brandon doesn't.
No, I do think we could get ports or like HD, just scale it
Like
up.
a Pikmin 1 and 2 situation.
Yeah. No, the only thing I was saying I don't think we're gonna get is like any sort of like actual like they're not gonna, even if, because before I knew they weren't gonna do like up to the Metroid Prime 1 remastered, right? But I thought maybe they would go in and maybe author some new textures, maybe, you know, change the textures to work with PBR materials or something like that. So, you know, same geometry but better lighting and texturing and things like that. But at this point I just expect like HD ports.
So, I got this comment here from Lex234, and I think it's an interesting thing that I didn't even consider. What I saw in my face was like, oh crap, she's right. Lex asks, Andres, someone already said this, but I want to hear your thoughts on the lack of NSO stuff. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about how Nintendo didn't showcase any Nintendo Switch Online games. Oh, that they did Tetris 99. Tetris, F-Zero 99. But in terms of like, they didn't show any N64 stuff, no Game Boy stuff. That is very interesting that they did not showcase that.
Honestly, I didn't think they needed to. Like, and you were saying in the podcast, and a lot of people have been saying this, like, oh, what are they gonna do for Nintendo Switch Online after Mario Kart 8 stops? But they don't really like have to do anything right now. We're also in like a strange transitional period where people are like, next year they're going to be buying new consoles. Probably a lot of people are going to be investing in online then. So it might be better to get out something big to hook people back on online. Because, I mean, they have F-Zero 99. They have things, but there's nothing like huge coming out to hook you like the Mario Kart 8 DLC that we're getting for free, right? And I don't think they necessarily need it, though, till the next system, and they want to start selling subscriptions on that system more. At this point, I don't think it matters too much to them. Like, people are gonna play Splatoon 3. It's gonna be, even though it's single player DLC, that will still reinvigorate people to go back online with that game. Even though Mario Kart 8 DLC is ending, there's still gonna be people who are buying new subscriptions and getting that. And there's still people going to be playing the DLC online, so they're going to want to keep their subscriptions for that. There's F-Zero 99. There's still things. I don't think they needed to announce anything like huge right now.
Yeah. I think maybe what we could be observing is Nintendo changing their pattern a bit, because we got some major NSO updates this past February. So I wouldn't be surprised if with what we know so far, there's still a little bit left, that drags us into February. Like there'll be like a some kind of direct in the early part of next year, even if it's not a general full scale general, maybe a mini, but something will still happen, and they'll announce more NSO titles. Maybe that's been kind of positioned in that way because they may have a big event that's kind of showcases Switch 2 at the same time, and that's what we kind of learned about the online plans for that. It's kind of interesting because we don't know how exactly Nintendo's going to introduce Switch 2 and how they're going to sort of balance Switch and Switch 2 as one collective ecosystem. That's what we're trying to figure out, right? But I kind of suspect that we'll learn more about NSO titles, but it's going to be early next year, the same way it was early this year. So
Could definitely be it.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Devin, you've already played F-099. I gotta play F-099.
Nice.
I gotta play F-099. All right, so I think I'm gonna end the stream. Let's see here. Spencer Drummer, you take your take last night on Metroid being cross-gen holds a lot of weight now. Maybe just on Switch 2 now, but yeah, I think you were right. Thank you. Yeah, it does. I think this direct definitely is like, yeah, they're totally saving it for Switch 2. Like that feels like a pretty clear at this point.
Is real.
Either that or, I mean, some people are, as Spencer just suggested, potentially not cross-gen, potentially Switch 2 exclusive. I don't think that. I think Nintendo has to make good on their initial promise of Prime coming to Switch, but it's going to be cross-gen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels pretty obvious. But anyways, guys, thank you all for listening and watching. You know, I understand that this direct may not have been the direct of your dreams. I did try and temper expectations going into this one. Of course, I was still optimistic we'd get some cool things. We did get some cool things, but maybe not the things you were looking for. Still, you know, we have games to play leading into the early part of next year, and I do think that Switch 2 reveal event is coming fairly soon. But maybe you'll hear me talk about that in a video today, and somehow I'll shove in Prime 4 as well. Or maybe I say that for tomorrow. We'll see. But anyways, thank you all. If you like the stream, it'd be very much appreciated. Don't hate Brandon that much. He has opinions like anyone else. And we'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye.
See you guys.